What the heck? This show wasn't on the whole time? Whole time wasn't on? This thing wasn't on that whole entire time. That's crazy. Let me see something real quick. Alright, let me sign invite. Invite. I haven't seen a few people up in this bar in a minute. Let's thought about that. Who else I can share this to? I'll go ahead. Oh, he beat me before I sent it. I was just sending him. He was part of the batch right there. Let me send another group real quick. Bow. Let's see if she gonna come in here. Spider. See if she gonna come in here. Who else? Let's see if he gonna come in, y'all. Granny, Liana. That should be a good amount of people. What the heck I just said? Oh, is she making the network? What's the deal? Lana, Trey in the building. I was gonna get on tomorrow, but something was eating at me today. I was in a live earlier. I was like, oh, you know what? I gotta make a live about this. Gotta show, which I just kind of fully learned about this though as of last month. But I had to tell the differences, you know. I'm good, Lena. I'm good. I am good. My little pillow it. It's a pillow. It's a pet. It's a pillow pet. Oh. Alright, y'all, man. Go ahead. Y'all know the deal, man. Tap. Give me to 1,000. We can talk about it. Go ahead and share and all that good stuff, you know. Go ahead and share and all that good stuff. What happened in everybody? Let's get it. You know, CD in the building. I need y'all to follow my boy CD, man. His following is going too slow, man. He been in here for a minute. His following need to be up. We try to get him to 1,000 so he can hop up in the box, though. So you already know the deal. He's sharing already. Get me to that 1,000 real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and start the topic. I gotta find that pillow. Let me see. That's where this chair be doing the most. This chair be doing the most, bro. This chair be doing it the most. Alright. Appreciate that, big dog. It's about moving right, not fast. I get it right. You already know the deal, man. You know what I'm saying? It's better to have some loyal people following, some people that on the same page following instead of just having just some people that don't even care. They just following to follow. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you on that. That's what that counted. I start realizing that. I had to think about that. I realized that it's about the solid followers. It ain't about the people that's just, ooh, I like that content, but I'll never mess with you again type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's the real ones right there. People that's going to support you, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's different between followers and supporters. There you go. You know, that's the difference with that. What's the deal? Yeah, I ain't in the building. What's the deal, man? I got some. Okay, all my people's up in here. Now, y'all got me at 1.5 3 fast in the mud. Okay, let me change it up real quick. Let me lie real quick, say no. I meant to say I'll start at 2, say nah. Y'all move that a little too fast for me. But nah, I'll go ahead and start the topic, man. I wasn't ready that fast. I was ready to stall it. Dang, was that loud? Crack my neck. Do that since I was a little kid. Said, let's go. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and get the topic started, man. Let's get it, man. Got the energy, man. So the topic, y'all, man. Hey, make accountable, holding accountable, and being accountable. What is the difference? People don't know the difference, man. I had to figure out, though, because I used to be always, when people be like, I'm going to hold you, I'm like, no, holding accountability only got to do with self and all that. And, I was just talking about that. I was literally a month ago, I'm going to say, until I really figured it out. I realized that all 3 of them is different. You know what I'm saying? All 3 are most definitely different, though. So, I don't even know if I want to go in order, though. So, basically, let's go. I'm going to go with holding accountable first, man. So, holding accountable, which I figured out. Which we say that word a lot, right? So, holding accountable, it's basically like letting the person know, right? Or making them aware of something they did wrong, or something they even doing, you know what I'm saying? Something that something they do right. I don't know. Most of the time it's when somebody do something wrong. So most of the time it's, we hold them accountable. That's what that is. And I think everybody in life needs that anyways, or make them, what's the deal, Zila? Boy, you was getting towed out the, you was getting towed. I was talking to my man's was his own one, bro. I see that boy. He talk off feelings though, but hey, that's probably why he couldn't take one of my lives and stuff. I used to be his boy and stuff until he blocked me. But anyways, I just shifted off. How you feeling though, man? Is this attainable? Right, I gotta focus. Thank you, Mars. Got me focused though, but I just. But hold up, but yeah. Back to it though. But yeah, what's the deal, man? How you feeling, man? So like I was saying, the holding accountable, right? Right. Holding accountable basically is like, it's just making somebody aware of what they doing, right? Or like, say if somebody, just like, that's gonna be the name of my room right now. That's gonna be my new name and stuff, man. My boy can hop up in, there he go, he can hop up in the box. My boy, hey, watch how buff he look now after he done got out of TikTok jail. That boy spent the week in there. But anyway.
Nah, you tried. Hey, that question I put up, that was in a poll. That ain't my, I don't
You
even
said
know
what?
I was done.
Oh, there you go.
I said the question that was at the bottom, that was in a poll. That was something, I didn't put that. I don't know where that question come from.
Oh, wow. It probably was already in the storage already. My boy Studio was in the building. Yeah, Zelia, he was just on one. He was expressing his feelings. That's one thing I learned about him. That's probably why he can't get with my rooms, because, that's just one of the guys that, he sound like he went through a lot of stuff, and he one of them guys that just got to express their feelings and stuff. That's all it is. So I would have let him just run his mouth, and then he hang with the... crazy, but whatever. But what you want, Rick Fox Jr.? Oh, nice, nice, my boy. Fake Marley. What I gave my name yesterday. Fake Marley instead of Bob Marley.
I'm trying to understand what's the question. Oh,
he the one the cigarette smoke him. He ain't smoking the cigarette. Or whatever that dude smoke. But he threw me up. Hello, that's okay. That show that goes on, homie. I was trying to get the chick to understand. I'm like, no, he gonna track who he gonna track. It's obvious he don't want to be for everybody. She like, well, I know based off me, I wouldn't like that. Well, you're the one he's talking about that he don't want. You know what I'm saying? You just prove this point even more. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. If you can't take what he's telling or can't understand the message, that's how I am. That's the tip I'm on. I'm going to attract the people that I'm going to attract. You know, my message ain't for everybody. I'm not about to, you know, try to be friends with, trying to be everybody with everybody type stuff or whatever. I mean, because that gets you nowhere. I mean, when you get older, you got to set your standards. You got to set all that stuff up. So whatever. If you can't take me, then whatever. I'm not about to mold myself for you to accept me. That'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you end up living in misery because you can't be yourself, and you know, forget all that. But yeah,
Like
I
I said the
understood it. I
other
try
day,
to.
your
You said
vibe
what?
attract your tribe.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
said
You're
the
gonna
other day,
track
your
who you
vibe
gonna
attract
track.
your tribe.
And that's what I was in the comments saying. I'm like, dog, he gonna get the one that understand him. She like, but what? But I'm like, all right, man, you're not the one. Obviously, I don't know why every person think that the message is supposed to be meant for them. Like at the end of the day, if you not feeling it, right, it is what it is. You not it. You know what I'm saying? Move on to the next, to somebody that's gonna make you feel good. Cause that's the problem. Everybody always trying to feel good rather than live good. That's gonna be my saying, y'all. I don't want y'all to keep stealing it. I mean, y'all. Y'all use it though. Remember, Laugh and Learn Kevs came up with, I'd rather live good than feel good. Remember that. Y'all, that's gonna be my saying though when I be out here. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said that. But anyways,
That's fine.
you know what I'm saying? Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. But we friends forever, so you already know. Yes, she know. Niche done went through she done heard all my stuff. She been through it since the beginning, cause she know how I am already though. And then there's some friends that, and she even knows friends that was with all of us that broke away from me eventually. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, everybody, you know, everybody got they missions on here. Everybody with you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, of course, we don't all agree with each other, but the thing is, we got to realize that, shoot, sometimes we all got different mindsets. We think a way or think, but that don't mean that we're enemies. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that. But a lot of people take it that way. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not meant for them type of people until they grow up or, you know, they mature and all that stuff. I'm not about to act like go back to baby mode to make somebody feel good, to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious you're not, your mentality or your emotions is not ready to be my friend at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you will see my intentions is to help people. You will see I'm trying to help people, and the thing is, a lot of them be knowing I'm trying to help people, but until I say something that deals with them or hurt their feelings, then all of a sudden I'm the evil guy. All of a sudden, like, what the heck is up with this pole? What the freak? I tried to jump to
That's
my
when you
face,
get your
but
answer how a person. That's where you get the answer how a person really felt about you the whole time.
yeah,
And
exactly.
then,
Because that's why I say a lot. I say that people is with you for a reason. Everybody got some intention, but it eventually come out. It will eventually come out. So like I said, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue being
we,
me.
right,
Everybody continue being themselves, and it is what it is. We break away,
we're
we
not
break away.
part.
But I'm, you know,
We're not part of the go along, get along game. We don't do
right.
that. We ain't no yes
Forget it.
people. We gonna have our own perspectives.
Yeah,
Sometimes we gonna agree, but sometimes we gonna disagree. But the thing
right.
about it is the strong part, the strengthening part about it is we disagreeing, but we still can get along. We still can build. We can still come together and still make something happen. Just because we disagree off a topic doesn't mean that it got to go left. It got to get chaotic. You know what I'm saying? So some people be with division. You know what I'm saying? That's all they know. That's all they want. They want division. If you ain't trying to come together, then you got to get on. You got to go on about your business. Because that's all we see. Right? That's all we got right now is division. We tired of that.
Lena, I like her, man. I forgot she been in my room a few times though. I go ahead and give you a mod because I be like when she be talking up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make you a mod. I'm not, ain't no pressure. I ain't saying you gotta be in here like crazy though, but you do gotta be in here. So I'm talking just, but nah, I like her though.
He
She
find,
cool. I've been.
he find your,
I actually had to. I listened to her on a video, one of my old videos. I'm like,
read
who
that
is that?
comment.
And
read, that,
then I had to add her. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, she was spitting that night. I had to remember. I had to go back and follow.
read that comment.
What's that? They say you evil because you got a male.
Corella, the mill.
Oh, they tell one. Is that one off 101 Dalmatians? I think. I never knew the name.
You got it right. That's why
My
I'm
boy,
laughing.
dog, that's cheating, dog. He get to go in the comments and think of stuff all day, write a whole thing. That's cool. I can't think of nothing now. I'm on your head though when I think of something though. Oh, alligator neck looking at like, but this dude, everybody throw me off. That's that ADHD. That's just bad. just get through on so easy, dog. Oh man. But what was I about to? What's the deal? What's the deal? Oh,
What is good? I'm working.
Butter in the building. I didn't think she was gonna make it in the club. What's the deal, Butter?
I just jumped over that red rope. I don't care about it.
You said you would. Oh, right.
I just jump over the red rope. Your rope doesn't scare me, sir.
Exactly. But I'm telling you, look, like talk to her, and right now, I think in this room right now, yeah, I think it was the one that's still a poet. She the one that been around just the longest at the moment. That's in my room. It's been some other people, but she already know the deal though. Me and her don't even agree on a lot of stuff. We don't even agree on a lot of stuff or whatever. But it's like we know. I mean, she know my mission on here. She know I mean well. I might have said some stuff that hurt her or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she know the bigger picture, and she still stuck around. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like people gonna break off. We can't sit here and just, like I said, keep on trying to make friends. That's not my job. I'm not no teenager no more. I'm not trying to look for that. Like I said, I'm trying to. At the end of the day, I want people to better themselves. I want them to grow. This ain't the room. I'm trying to. Oh, I'm so hurt off your feelings and all that stuff. Like I said, that words are so tiny though. Here, it's right behind her head. Though I put the just don't tell me your problems. Tell me what you're doing to grow from it. That's my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you're doing to grow from. I don't want to hear your problems all day because all of us have problems. Everybody be acting like their problems is the biggest of them all, but there's all type of people on this earth that got problems. You know what I'm saying? So nobody want to hear all that. Tell me what you're doing to grow from it. Tell me your healing process. Nobody want to hear that because everybody just want to hear what. Oh, I want to feel good for today. That's crazy. That's you only hurting yourself because the next day you're gonna need it again. But yeah. Back to the.
In a sense, like you keep talking about your problems. You keep telling me about your problems, but you ain't coming up with no conclusion. You just keep talking about, and then on top of that, when you doing that, you got other people watching you. It's better to talk about how you, just like how you say, it's better to talk about what you did to get out of that, what you did, how you doing to better yourself, and how you doing to be better than you was the day before, and you strive to be the best you can be. What is you doing like that? Because that's what we need out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? You need to be an example of that good example. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, damn, I got this probably going, man. I learned, and I think I read somewhere. Man, the hardest thing I had to goddamn take. Man, the world don't revolve around me.
Is it right?
It does not at all.
Did your voice get lower? Is my stuff tripping? I don't know.
I think I got my hand up the microphone.
There you go.
I had my hand on the
like,
bottom.
As soon as you get to preaching, then everyone go low. I'm like, no, you saying some good stuff.
I just had to find out, like, the world don't revolve around me. So when people
so I'm trying to tell people.
The world don't revolve around you. Like, it's a whole type of thing going out there. You got to chill, and you got to figure it out. You got to, because ain't nobody going to come save you. That's the delusion right there.
This dude got another name for you. Now he got one for you now. I'm about to write a whole book on you, dog. Speaking of book, he took that picture out of the Bible somewhere and trying to act like he owned it and stuff.
That would have been funny if I knew who the hell Creflo Sent was.
Wasn't he the one that unalive Abel in the Bible? And he do look like his picture. He look like that guy that he look like all the characters in the Bible. I swear. Is that Moses? Oh no, that's Jesus. Is that? Oh my! Yeah, I'm about to have him change that profile picture. He gonna put some color on that boy. What I'm doing?
My boy look like he got sandals on right now.
Hey, it look like all you gotta do is put 1990 something on this picture.
My boy look like he finna spread the seed right now.
He the first one that came up with a joke back in his days. He like, what the heck? The creator of the jokes. It started off with studio.
I walk with Jesus.
I'm about to make him come in this box with a talk job. I'm trying to do a message. He over here messing with me, dog.
I've seen everything. Land
I done
before
seen it all looking at
land.
you know the back in my days looking at oh my.
That's what you
That's
keep
why he's 6'6", cause shoot, they used to be tall back in them days. Everybody getting short now. You know, they was giants back in the days.
My boy Social Security card number got 3 numbers.
But yeah, back to the mission, man. Cause I said the mission, he got me talking. But anyways, the back to holding accountable. So right now, what happened in the studio? He just got held accountable with these jokes. So we have. Sorry, now let me. All right, holding accountable, man. So the whole thing about that though, because I used to be like, you can't hold nobody accountable. They got to take accountability themselves. Never knew, I never noticed that it's a difference. Holding accountable is like I said, what's the deal, lady play in the building? So holding accountable is basically like, just making them aware of what they doing and, telling them that, hey, you got to correct that or you're going to be, what I'm saying, it's not going to end up in the right, it's not going to end up right at the end of the road type situation or whatever. So, and just making them aware, what I'm saying? This is why you're going through this, or you shouldn't do that because it's something might happen behind this, or, or what I'm saying? That's what holding accountable is. It don't mean that they have to take accountability, what I'm saying? Just make them aware of it. It's no different from saying when somebody give you a promise or something or like that, and you be like, I hold them to that word. I'm gonna hold you to that word. You told, what I'm saying? People say, I'm gonna hold you to that, whatever, So that's what holding account. That's the difference though. Okay, I want to do making last. Being accountable, that's when you actually, that's what nobody having to hold you. Or that you could be accountable, I just might hold you accountable, but it's actually accepting what you did or what being responsible. It's accepting your responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, okay, you know what I was, right? I shouldn't have been like that. I shouldn't have had an attitude problem. That's my favorite one. I always say attitude problem because a lot of people have that. I know that I did this. I know this is my choice. You know what I'm saying? Actually accepting it and trying to, and not making no excuse behind it. You know what I'm saying? Accountability is the opposite of making an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So, and then making accountable, that usually be like, when you take somebody to jail, because they're not gonna walk themselves into jail. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You're gonna, hey, nah, you did this crime, we taking you type stuff. So that's when you make them accountable. You know what I'm saying? You hold them to what they did. They get the punishment. You know what I'm saying? That comes behind it or whatever. Or when a kid get a whooping or something like that, they not tell that. You know what I'm saying? Tear them up or something. You made them accountable right there, even though they ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Making accountable
stuff
part.
like that.
That one throwing me.
Hi.
Cause when you saying like you could use the example of making someone accountable by they get arrested from a crime that they did. I don't think you're making them accountable. I think they just got to pay the crime that they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't a choice of that person to okay, I'm finna do.
What to
They were
do?
forced to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just. But the other two, I really got what you're saying. Like,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
that's true.
Yeah.
But you can't. I don't think you can make somebody accountable.
Mm-mm. You can't make grown people do anything different than they're already doing.
Mm.
Right.
I don't know. I guess I try to use it for. Maybe I
For the
wrote
just
that
little
wrong
thing.
then. But I feel like that's when you get made accountable when they basically be an example or something like that. Like if somebody, like say if you do something wrong or if you come in there trying to be a thug or something like that and somebody unalive you or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something where they make you. Can that be that? Because I feel like something that's already done to you because you didn't personally or didn't make yourself accountable. That's it. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how try to think about that one though. But hmm.
So I think we can't make people be accountable.
You're
That's a
right.
decision that they have to make on their own. And as far as holding people accountable, that can go many different ways. Like,
Yeah.
if I were to say to you, hey, I'm trying to save money, so if you notice me gonna spend something, like, kick me, do something.
Like, okay, I was thinking that too. Like, if a person come to you and give you, like, they just want a second ear. Like, hey, I'm trying to save money. Now, if you catch me doing something that I don't need to be doing, hold me accountable. Like, yeah, hold me accountable to that. Hold me accountable that I'm trying to
Yeah,
save.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, or yep. It's just simply making somebody aware of it so they can hold them eventually make be accountable for that situation. So I'm doing some reconstruction real quick because I didn't think this all the way through.
So being accountable is being true to your word.
Mm-hmm.
Your actions follow what you say. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm. Basically, yep, and you take responsibility for your actions. Now keep on talking, y'all, because I gotta fix this up, man. I gotta change this background.
no, I'm just now you
What
good,
does it
you good.
look?
It's just
I had to take one sentence out.
that's how I feel about being accountable.
I'll hold myself accountable for putting the wrong
You
thing
just
down because I ain't
you
think it
just
through.
you just holding
Yeah.
yourself responsible to to your standards and morals, I guess.
Admit when you're wrong and
Yeah.
not pointing you should have done this or it could have been different if you know it's not an accusatory thing. You know, it's not accusation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Well,
so I got a question, y'all. Do accountable come before or after? Meaning, do
it comes after.
accountability? See,
Mm.
I
right.
think you gotta take responsibility first, then you accountable. Hold your, then you be accountable. I think yeah, responsibility is before accountability. I think that I know of. I think I'm saying it right.
That's
And then it's after too. It's like you got to be responsible. You got to be responsible
You
for it.
gotta,
Then that's when you take accountability. But then you got to be responsible after that to keep that
I
accountability. You
feel
know what
like
I'm saying?
you gotta be responsible to maintain something. But if something happened to that thing you try to maintain, you just gotta be accountable of what happened to it and know that okay, this is that. You know what I'm saying? If anybody get what I'm saying.
so encouraging others and being like, hey, this is how you can get this done. So that way, would that be a part of like making someone, giving them direction to do it, right? To do whatever
I
they
think
need
it's
to do
still
to get
holding.
there.
It's holding, and then
That's all of it.
it's still holding, and then they start being accountable. So you can't make nobody. That's on about to erase it right. That's on erasing it right now because I thought about that. You can't make nobody be accountable. You can only hold them
I mean, you
or hold
can
them
hold
till they
back,
accept it
but
because
that's not
accountability is
that.
for self. It's not like somebody can go in your brain like yeah be accountable. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. They can't really do that.
What I call synchronicity. That's the part that you just said. I wasn't saying it the way you just said it, but you put it in the perfect term. But I was thinking to myself like, bro, I think accountability is something like a personal trait. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
personal thing. Yeah, it's only yourself can do it.
You put it in the perfect words, though.
See, I'm changing it right now. I'm acting like this is brand new. I can't wait to hurry to change this. Just to let it be on my screen. I don't like embarrassing. I did that before. I had to put half the screen on when I. What was that? I put something down. It was funny. I had to change it like, dang. He like, no, stand 10 toes on what you believe. I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm not stubborn. I gotta. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I gotta switch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to. I'm holding myself accountable. You know what I'm saying? I'm being accountable. My bad. I ain't no longer holding it.
To be
I'm
honest,
being.
I'm not even on cap. We not perfect, and it'd be crazy to try
Exactly.
to be perfect. I would have left it up there because whoever come up in the box, they could just speak their perspective of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. We know that you know. You know what I'm saying? You just said
Yeah.
it, but they come in here, they be like, make accountability. I don't think so. They just speak their mind. You know, it's
I
up
feel
to
you. I think somebody told me that too, though. But I had put it in another way, as in, like, I don't want to, because usually when people put stuff in their box, they usually standing firm on what they believe in type situation. Then I mean, I get it that some people do put the stuff in and end up eventually changing their mind about it, but some people just be real stubborn and don't never change. Like, I don't care what you saying and
But
argue
I
it
got a
to the
question,
day,
fam. I got a
you know.
question. I got a
Dying
question.
on the hill,
It'd
no
be
matter
it'd
how
be
long it
different.
is.
It'd be different if you just would have put that with exclamation marks. That's actually a question up there. So you kind of not saying what you believe in. You just asking a question.
Oh, I get you. Can you make somebody? Oh, I get you. Just to see what other people think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dang, why y'all so smart? I got the right people
if
in here,
you,
man.
I'm just saying, like
Man, I
if
just got
you,
done screenshotting this. Now I gotta make another one now. Dang,
I'm just, no,
why
I'm
y'all
just
couldn't
saying,
give me
like,
this earlier, man?
you
It's
gotta
like,
let us know before.
that's a good
but
one.
but
That's a
I'm
good
just
one.
saying, like, if you're not sure about something, you gotta ask the question, and then when you ask the question, you get different perspectives, and then you come up to your own conclusion. So it's just a question you asking.
Dang, I'm about to do it right now. So I gotta put me another intermission again.
All right, let's.
I gotta undelete it and put it back up. Connection failed.
Oh man.
Receive. All right, let me see something real quick. So, all right, we're gonna try this again now. Yeah, you right. That was a good one though. See, bro, that's why I gotta have this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a crew like that so we can all be able to hold. See, that's why I call this the hold each other accountable room right here. Because you just held me accountable for what I just did. You know what I'm saying? Then I like that. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't degrading or anything like that. It's adult talking.
You could be like, yeah, your stupid self could have said, no.
They could have been like, yeah, can you read?
I'll be right back.
read that.
It's
Read that
not
like
that.
3 more times.
It's the simple fact of when I'm operating with people, I gotta say this here. Now. You know how you deal with some individuals and they so quick to say the bad in what they in the other person. You know what I'm saying? They so quick to see the wrong in somebody.
Right.
I'm the type of person I don't try to look for the wrong. Like when I'm dealing with you, I don't like okay, you got this messed up, this and that. No.
Yeah.
Just like how you said earlier, you about motivation, uplifting, helping
Right.
people to snap. So when I'm dealing with people, that's how my eyes is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So I'm like. I'm not looking for the wrong. I'm like, man, nah, man, you good, man. You asking a question. You asking a question. That's it.
Yeah.
You ain't saying nothing wrong. You asking a question. So yeah.
It's a good one.
I like how y'all put that down so I can put them back. I just have to rearrange the words. Let's see something. I'm gonna make it red too to be funny.
All right, I got one more. You changing it up or you keeping it the same?
I'm switching it up. I'm
Or
putting it in the
asking?
question form now.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Glow under. In fact, I'm gonna keep it just like that. I like it with the black in the background. I'll screenshot this. Interesting. Oh, somebody in the box. Oops. Oh, he brung the panda in his boy. The panda in this boy.
That's such a avatar. It's cute.
It will be kangaroo. It will be panda. Let me see some. Moving slow than the mug, bro. Maybe somebody have another perspective or another example. They might end up making me change it again. So I ain't gonna make me change it, but maybe somebody can give an example of making. But I don't think you can though. But we could just see. We could
I
open
mean, I
some
guess you
doors.
could with a gun, but it's not advised.
I wouldn't, right?
Right?
What
I guess it's possible, but
you talking about? What you say? What was your example?
you like making people accountable. I guess if you got a gun on somebody, they're gonna do it.
A pew pew? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
You almost
nigga.
lost. You almost lost your mod privileges that fast, man. Since I was talking, she heard this saying the bomb word. It's like nah, but nah.
Yeah.
I would say
You can
that's
say
just
that, by the way.
that.
You can say the word gun here. You
You
can.
can.
Yeah.
Why they say pew
How
pew
you
so
say your
much?
name is Laina?
Yeah, it's Lena. It's
Mhm.
people report it. If they see the gun, then they're gonna report it as a gun, and that's how it gets taken
Oh,
down.
okay.
You
No,
can
but
say that.
when you don't have the right complexion for protection, it don't matter what you say. If people feel like it's that, then it'll be that problem. So that's why I got a panda bear up here. You can't be you can't be hurt by a panda bear.
Not a panda. Oh, that thing. Well,
So
panda bear will
The
tear
hell?
you
Come
up.
on, go in there. Go and try to hug one. Go
I
try
get
to
Oh,
what
me
hug
you
a
one.
panda bear
I
will.
get what you're saying, bro. Cause you'd be thinking something cool, and then they'll just find something, and you be like, bro, you just got to cover
yeah,
your own tracks dealing
Yeah,
with a
it's gonna
man.
just cut off that one part that he said,
yeah.
and then he's gonna get held
Captain
accountable.
Ray, man, she out liking the conversation, sharing the live. I had to come back because it's been a whole bunch of capitry that I've been hearing on this app.
Oh man,
Yeah,
what happened in
you
that
know.
other room? I wonder. I just wanted to see. I
Well,
wanted
you
to
know
see.
how I mean the way I rock, bro. I'm a one man army, and
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, a lot of people want to say one thing but live a totally different lifestyle than what they saying that they're wanting. There's one thing to hold people accountable that you personally involved with, as opposed to us being on this app.
Right.
If you say some problematic stuff that I know I don't rock with, it is up to me whether I rock with you or not. But
Right.
the accountability comes in as me being somebody that rocks with you. You know how me and you rock, Kev. If you feel like y'all did something wrong, or you feel like I done did something wrong, we gonna hit each other up on the app or outside the app. But there's
Exactly.
gonna be some type of accountability that's taking place.
That's how it should be.
But
Like,
a lot of people feel like that means nothing. Oh, if you don't call them out right here, then that means nothing. No, that's not what accountability looks like. And that's not what
That's respect.
accountability looks like when somebody take it on the back end as well. Because if we really rock together and I be like, dang, what I said hurt him, I gotta come back and be like, you know what, I apologize for what I said.
yeah,
Just because, just for the simple fact, and this is why I say disrespect is given, and I mean respect is given and disrespect is earned, right? Because a lot of times we don't know each other as people that's out here on this internet, but from a lot of the rhetoric and the way that people talk and the way that people live, I can respect you all for the principles and standards that you live your life by. And I have no choice but to do that because those are your choices. But a lot of people don't want to do that. But
Right.
I don't know. I think I might need to go back to the goddamn mark to go back because it's been a lot of smoke. I took a break. I took a vacation, went to the beach, took my son to the beach and stuff, and I came back. And a lot of people saying some wild, outlandish stuff that I can't believe in 2023 as us as adults. At the end of the day, on the internet, this is the safest place that you will ever be.
Right.
There's no way that somebody else can hold you accountable for the things that you say. But whoever you is as a host or moderator or whatever, you have the control to be like, you know what, we're not going to allow that. That is not going to go here. But you have some people, some content creators, you have some idols, moguls, whatever you want to call them. They're able to say a lot of things that are detrimental to society in itself, period. I don't care what part of the community you are with. And if people do not call them out, that is a problem. And that's what accountability looks like. If Kev said something that I didn't agree with that made me not want to rock with him, I will unfollow him and he won't get no more of my support. And that's my form of accountability on this app. And that's all I need to do. I don't need to go out and touch and talk to nobody or nothing.
Right.
My presence is enough. That's what a lot of people don't realize. And I said something about this earlier. A lot of people don't realize how important their presence is. There's only 8 people in here. If 2 of us dropped out, there would only be 6. That is significant.
right.
But some people don't see it that way. And I digress with that. My bad, bro.
Oh no, I hear you, boy.
No,
I
you're
hear
good.
you,
That's
man.
why we're here. Sorry, that's why we're here, though, right? So,
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. So I'm glad I gotta switch the roundy, switch a rooney all up and all that. You know.
You were cooking, bro.
Oh yeah, that's panda, meat panda. You know.
But see, I can't cook too much because some people like their stuff well done. Some people like it medium rare. And when you a chef, you got to give them to them how they like it.
Right, match that. Match what they like, their interest. Give them what they looking for. You
Even
ever
if
had
they
it
don't even,
burnt?
but even if they don't even know what they want, Kev, because if you realize people that be a chef, they be like, ooh, that look good right there. But you be like, oh, that ain't even what you asked for though. But nah, that look good right there. I need that.
Right. They ready to eat off your plate.
Yeah. That's why they say Burger King, you can have it your way. This ain't Burger King. You want a Whopper, a veggie Whopper.
Wow.
All right, man,
Oh,
I'm gonna chill
wow.
out. I'm gonna go cause trouble somewhere else, bro. Right.
Uh-oh, Panda's on the loose. Watch out.
No, I'm about to go switch up and get back on Mark to go because
Oh, awesome.
they've been coming for the kid, and there's been a lot of stuff going on in this app that I really can't get with, bro. A lot of people want to spread their anecdotal lies, and I said anecdotal lies because you thinking that's going for everybody when that's just your personal situation.
Man,
And
that's a lot.
the accountability comes in me as a person that I am. I can come up and say all the flaws about me, so you can't say nothing about me. I hit you with that Eminem role. You from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
already know what it is. But a lot of people be like, "Oh no, I make six figures and can't nobody come in my house and tell me nothing. I got 5 kids that already graduated." Ma'am, relax, relax.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're frustrated with the internet today.
Oh no, no, it's not frustration. It's just a matter of the truth. Of the matter is.
Echo in the building. What's the deal, man?
Yeah, that's
Was that you trying to come up, but or you hit that by mistake?
Because see, a lot of people don't want to realize that whenever you make sacrifices for your family, you either gonna take time away from them or give time to them.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, with I'm sorry to say it, and I'm trying to get rid of gender war, but children need their mothers just as much as they need their fathers. But they need their fathers to be that provider and that protector. He don't need his mother to be that at the same time that his father is being that. It's only in the absence of that father. But a lot of women are sitting up here saying, "Oh, well, I don't need you like I need air. I don't need you like I need water."
those are different needs. Yeah.
Yeah, see, okay, and I'm so glad that you're here so we can have this conversation. Kev, may you allot me this time?
So just letting you know that I'm at work right now. So if we get busy, I'm not ignoring you. I'm working.
I just need you to know, even though you working, I stay at work.
Yeah. It's good. Multiple streams is awesome.
Yeah, but go ahead. I want you to go ahead and be able to get out what you can get out before you got to get back busy.
I have to wait for this stuff to come in for me. So
Mm,
holding
interesting.
people. So yeah, I work from home. So
Hmm.
sometimes it's what? Now I have a meeting. Wonderful.
Mm.
Is
It's
that the worst part of your day?
no. I typically don't have bad parts in my days. Maybe bad moments, but not bad parts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that you are able to be like, you know what? It sucks. I got a meeting right now.
Yeah. I didn't say it sucks. I just have a meeting.
No, I'm just asking. I wasn't trying to proceed all this. Yeah, fam.
But yeah, keep talking. It's like a meditation meeting, so it's good. I'm serious because I work with
You know what?
material that is sensitive to most people. So we're required to take wellness breaks.
Mm.
It's cool.
I don't know if y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this is?
The eating.
Yep.
Yeah, we about to eat. We about to eat right now. Because see, for the most part, if we're talking about accountability and if we're talking about what we're actually doing out here in society, and please disclaim and disclaimer, I'm not saying that. Ms. Lane, can you mute your mic while you pouring that water down the drain?
It's not. It's on the.
Is that juicy juice?
No, that's the wellness break that I'm taking right now. So they make us sit in it like a meditation with like water and water noise. But yeah, I'll mute my.
Appreciate it. Now I'm not coming for you. I just want you to know we're gonna be cool after this. That's why I came in and said respect. Oh, never mind. That was on my other page. Okay, respect doesn't require agreement. Okay, but a lot of people want to have this misnotion that going out risking your life and sitting at home in the comfort of your home as the same thing. I'm sorry, it is not. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that, but those are totally different aspects. And if we want to talk about accountability in the way that men and women are supposed to go in and out of this thing that we call life, there's really no comparison.
Feel you on that.
But I mean, my thing is like people that get it, they get it. But people that don't, they don't. And people that stay at home while their husband goes out and work, or even their wife goes out and work 12 to 16 hours, because it could be on both sides. But for you to say that person doesn't do anything to contribute to the home, because as long as I've been on these lives today, people are saying that guys that work 12 to 16 hours are absent fathers. Are we hearing that? People that's working 12, there's only 24 hours in a day. Oh, that's nothing. That's what you're supposed to do. And then you have the same men that come and do the same thing, except they come home and they take care of the kids. They take care of the dishes. They do whatever household projects need to be done by that man or a man, or else you would have to call a man to do it. And women, at the end of the day, when you have money, what do? You're not going to do the work yourself. You're going to call someone else. And I'm not saying this is all the cases, Kev. Remind me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying this is all the cases. But in particular, you're going to call another man. And this is the problem when people be in relationships. You say, I don't need a man for money because I make my own money. But you will go and ask another man to do the same thing that you would ask your man to do if he had it. Make it make sense, because at the end of the day, a lot of times a man can't get a woman to do what he wanted to do unless he asks his woman. A lot of people don't know what being in a relationship really is. You can say you're the leader and you get the last say so and all this, but people don't want to bring in the responsibility of responsibility. That's what gets missing. But I'm gonna digress. I feel like I'm talking too much. Actually, I'm like, you know what?
He's doing the point of views,
And
man.
she at work, and I don't feel like she can come back how she want to, because she at work, and that's why you should be at home. Because I done put my work in. Now I'm at home, enjoying the sunlight in my room.
Sunlight.
Feels good. You at home?
Don't relax too hard over there, man.
What's up, everyone?
Ooh.
Unfiltered, what's the deal? Welcome back. Welcome back.
A
Let me
lot
ask
messed up,
you
Bird. I
how
thought
I
you
need to
got
comment you.
whatever that thing when they be canceling people.
You like chocolate and stuff. Hold on, my bad. Let me stop being toxic. I'm on the wrong page.
Oh man, the panda is here. He's in the flesh. Is that the other toxic brother coming in? My boy done stirred up the whole week, my boy Cosmo.
Hey, I told you
My
I've been
boy
on
said,
vacation and I came back. It was wild in here. I said I gotta go make my mark. I didn't get to make the list as most problematic people. I thought I
oh,
was gonna
you in
be
there
out there.
too? I was hearing about this list.
Yeah, I wasn't on there. I was discouraged.
What you call it? Say he made it, a dude that just left my live earlier. What's his name? Zilla.
Dilla made it. Ain't
Yeah,
no
he
way.
said he made it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. The stage made it, so I was like, wow.
Wait,
They just,
stay? What?
yeah, stage made the list, bro.
What the freak?
It's
That's
crazy.
crazy. They said
It ain't
she's
crazy. It's just they
she
had a
talked
certain
too soft for us.
nah, they had a certain criteria they was trying to meet, bro. We didn't meet it.
Oh wow. Who
Yeah.
made the list?
We have a conversation about that. I don't want to
Man,
no
I've been
name
hearing
drop.
people talk, but I don't know who created it.
Well, you
I
know
feel like
what?
it's the other side made it. I feel like it.
That's it. Because they said it was a dude named Jeremy,
Oh wow.
and they said that he's pretty much a
No.
yeah. And he got in his feelings about some stuff that people were saying on there, and he had about 100 people on the list, but 20 some of them was Moses.
Oh my. He said he was on most of the list, all his
Yeah,
pages.
yeah, yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
it was really people that was talking about traditional type stuff, traditional type.
Oh, I noticed that anybody. That's what it is. I thought about that. Anybody with that traditional stuff, they got a problem with
They
that.
said, I think it was Stage was on there, Kanai.
Well, of course, TT was on there.
Only a couple of names that I noticed from what I was seeing,
All
but
right, Black Guru,
yeah, I was
Black
like, wow,
Jesus.
dang. I was trying to figure out who made it, but then I seen Genty live, and he was getting on his followers. He was like, "If y'all feel like I'm problematic, then you know what? You need to unfollow me."
Well, he made it too.
Yeah, but
What?
it
Not
was his
him.
people that made it though. They was
Oh
on a
wow.
Discord. They was talking outside of you know what? Fuck it. Hey, they was outside of TikTok talking about people, and somebody got in their feelings and made a list about it.
Oh wow.
So people that they was rocking with and all that stuff, they was like, dang, oh, well, if you feel like I'm problematic, why do you rock with me? Why you over here rocking with me if you feel like I'm problematic?
Mm,
And you know I already have Patrick he started getting emotional and
no.
stuff like that. So a lot of people got blocked that day. I find it funny. Cause my squad, we've been rocking good. Even if we disagree, it is what it is. You can feel how you want to feel. That's your lifestyle, whatever you choose to do with your life. But
Right.
I'm not gonna fight with you about how you feel. I'm gonna still be over here tomorrow when we disagree today.
Right. Exactly. Ain't no feelings behind this situation, man, because everybody think different, man.
It's
Just
not
gotta
even a
understand it.
matter. It's not a matter of it's not no feelings, but I'm not gonna let your feelings dictate my life.
Right.
What you do don't make me shit, bro.
R-
Like the same thing that you try and do for your life, I applaud you. And the same things that I do for my life, I will hope that you want the best for me. And that's where I keep it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no judgment for nobody. I ain't got no heaven nor hell to put nobody in.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people want to have a dang man, you know what? Too.
Are you boring him?
What?
Better tell him something. Don't be yawning. You tired?
I just got off work.
That's what I needed. I needed a woman's voice. Is that a woman's voice? Let me ask. What's your pronoun?
Here you go.
Huh?
He going. He's being in tune with his
Mess.
Nope,
profile
it's
now.
a
Watch out.
man's voice. It's a man's voice.
It's the manion's voice.
Oh no! Hey, they just got my side. They just got 24 up there. I think that might just be what my name is, because they don't got the panda up there no more. I got
Right,
the
they
24.
switched it around. They switched everybody's name around.
Hey, you see that, man? That's crazy. Yeah, you see my tattoos right there?
Can you make it into like? Oh, I can't see nothing.
It's Taz.
Oh wait, is that? Oh, Tasmanian devil.
So it is.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
If you
yeah,
start
Taz.
spitting on the screen, I know some of like how Tez be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness
Do
gracious.
you think somebody can you make somebody accountable?
Yeah.
I wish.
That's my bonus.
Right?
That's my bonus
Can
question.
you? All right, I
Yep.
got a situation. How could you make someone accountable?
Yep.
How?
So
I gotta hear this.
if
No, I gotta hear this from. Now I gotta hear this from 24. How can you do it? Let me know. I'm
yeah, please.
curious.
Well, first off, with accountability, it takes recognition, right?
Hmm.
You got to recognize that there is a problem, whether they want to address it or not. You bring it to their attention. That whether someone acts on your accountability that you bring to them, that is no longer on you. That's the same way we're asking for forgiveness. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't need your acceptance for me to really be forgiven in my trying to apologize to you, right?
Right.
So, but at the same time, once somebody gives you that, it is on that person to take the accountability for themselves, and that's the part that people are living out. Because I can cut you off and all that and everything, they be like, "Dang, I don't know why this person cut me off," or they can know why you cut them off.
Right.
But as somebody who is dealing with them, when it comes to accountability, you have to play your part, and there's different parts that you have to play. So if I say,
All
"Hey,
right,
you
what
know
are the
what, you was,"
parts?
you know,
What are the parts you have
I'm
to
Filter
play?
Echo. What's your perspective on it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to make anybody accountable for anything. I have an issue of taking everyone's blame and putting it on myself. Like if someone did something, I usually blame it on myself.
right? And see, but
um
that's it. That's your form of accountability, man.
Right.
So you don't think you could hold someone accountable of something?
I try. I do try. Actually, I just had a discussion with my significant about that, and I was trying to hold him accountable to his word, and it just ended up in a
Which which
discussion
something?
that was,
Right.
huh? Well, no. So I made, we made a promise to our son that if he made high honors throughout the entire school year, we'd buy him a PC. We take the tax money and buy a PC. That didn't happen. The year after that, I trusted my significant again and didn't have to after that. And then this week he said Wednesday, and then it didn't happen today. So it was just like, but he won't take accountability for it. I can't make him take accountability for it. Like, I don't want to sit there and argue because that's just a waste of breath and energy. I see your finger. What's up?
It is not up to you to take accountability for him.
Yeah, it ain't your
But
job,
I
man.
can't help it. In my head, I'm
Yeah,
like, damn, I should have
but
never
no,
promised this. If I wouldn't have promised this, this would have never happened.
no. But see,
If I just
this,
did this, this wouldn't have happened. Like, I don't know.
but respectfully,
All right.
this is where a lot
So
of bitterness and resentment come. My bad, bro. Go ahead, third child.
no, I was just gonna ask her. So talk. Explain the part you hold. I want you being accountable of something.
What do you mean?
Explain the scenario that you had to hold yourself accountable. Like You went through something and you was like, you know what, I hold myself accountable for this, or I'll take responsibility of this and that happened, and you just being accountable of what happened, the outcome of something that happened.
Oh, I do. I do.
I
So
think
I
Commander
have
Doug
a
was one
few
of those.
mental disorders that make me act out of pocket sometimes. And sometimes I can't control it. For the most part, I can because I know how to walk away. I know my coping mechanisms, but sometimes I can't. And I do hold myself accountable for my actions because even though it's not technically my fault, I feel it's my responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes, the reason why I would ask you that, because you basically, you kind of went over everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you could make somebody accountable. You explained a scenario where you had held somebody accountable of a discussion that y'all had amongst each other. It was a both of y'all thing, and then you explained yourself when you was holding yourself accountable of a incident that you know you was dealing with, and how you control the situation, how you know what I'm saying. So that's basically what I was just doing.
This is a tough topic.
Eh, it's
Oh,
a good
accountable
one.
make everybody shake. They shake some in here.
Yeah, it's good though.
And this what my room is about. So yes, this had to get talked about because that's the three things I talk about. It's accountability, emotional control, and putting your ego to the side.
Yep.
The three things. And that's what be keeping us from moving forward if we don't work on it.
Right? There's not enough gratitude there to keep you moving forward. If that's
Mm-hmm. Right. Accountability big because if you keep blaming everybody else for your problems but yourself, you'll never move forward. You'll never know what to do that you got to get better at. Ego that gets in the way. That's what keep you stubborn and keep you from moving forward and keep you in grudges and you know what I'm saying. And then emotional control.
we
You know what I'm
we take
saying.
this situation right here very lightly. And when they be saying, when you point one finger at somebody, but you got three on pointing back towards you,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's real. That
I'd
that
say
that's
actually
that
real.
is.
too, yeah.
That's real. It makes sense too. I ain't never understood it. It really makes sense as you get older and stuff.
For
But
sure.
yeah, cause like, oh yeah, then the third one I ain't mentioned. The reason why I be talking about emotional control is because that's just that comes with, like I said, self discipline and all that stuff. That's the reason why a lot of people like. I'm not so big on I mean I know they got the same express your emotions, but you got to control how you express it. I'm gonna put it that way. So that's how much because it's controlling your emotions is that's what separates you from being a kid and an adult. You know what I'm saying? That's the real. That's what maturity is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what's the deal? Cass is in the building. What's the deal? She got me over here singing and stuff.
Big guess.
But yeah. So that's what made me think about what maturity is actually be able to control your emotions and stuff. Even like if they want to say, oh, women is they gotta express themselves, and I mean all of us express ourselves, but it's the way you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be different from a kid because kids just as soon as they feel a certain way, they instant I feel this way, I feel this way, I feel this way. But no, we gotta put that in control, man. We got to. How
Right.
you
I
feeling,
I
Cass?
agree.
Yeah, so that's why I talk about them three things all the time, man. I got to talk about it because that's what's like I
So, do
said,
you have
those is holding us
advice
back.
on emotional control?
Yeah, emotional control, accountability, and ego.
Oh, she's so
Okay,
pretty.
okay, I see you up
Hello, how
there.
you
How you
doing,
feeling?
Tasha?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm good, man. Better than my yesterday. I always say
Awesome.
that every day.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. So, y'all, I hear you all talking about something different than what I see
I
on
know.
the
I had to talk
screen.
about what my main live is
hmm
about. I had to talk about them three things, but yeah. How you feeling about the topic though? Or do you want to talk about what we was talking about? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff
Well,
help us grow.
I don't want to change anything, but I actually like the topic, holding someone accountable and being accountable. I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe we can really hold people accountable. We can call people out on their ish, but
Mm-hmm.
it is up to them to take accountability and do something to change it. And first, you have to start with accepting responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Accepting responsibility comes before accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability
Yep.
is the next step. And then after you have accepted responsibility and you've taken accountability, then then you have to introspect. And if you aren't doing that, you're not going to hold yourself accountable anyway, because that means you're not reflecting to change.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what I'm smiling at though? Because I literally was saying the exact same thing you were saying too. Cause I was like, "Dog, ain't no way you can hold somebody accountable." Then I looked it up. It said you could. So this, I'm gonna put it this way to let you understand the same way. So we realized that we be saying that you can't make nobody be accountable and stuff. So holding accountable and making somebody accountable is two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Holding them accountable is basically what you just said you did, right? When you make somebody aware of it. Cause I couldn't think of a word. When you make them aware of it or calling them out on a BS or something like that, that is holding them accountable. But you can't make them though, so it is a difference though.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know because I literally was saying the same thing you were saying. I'm like, no, you can't make nobody. But we keep saying the word make, and hold.
Yeah.
That's two different things. But
Yeah.
holding, like when you hold somebody to their words, that's how I had to think about it. Like I'm gonna hold you to that word, that promise.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
holding their
Something
word
like
that they gave to you, holding their word. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
another way. Yeah,
yeah. Because
Yeah,
I
and
literally was.
you
But
absolutely
we're
can do
supposed to
that.
be behind.
You can hold them accountable, but you can't make them
Yes,
be
there you go.
accountable.
Yep. I was literally saying the same. That's why I'm laughing because I was like, I did that a month ago. I was like, no, there's no way. That's for self. That's for self. I was saying all that, but then I'm like, I looked it up. I'm like, what the hell? You hold somebody accountable? But I like, I guess it makes
Absolutely.
sense. It
Yeah,
makes sense. It makes
absolutely.
sense though. Yeah.
Absolutely, because the thing is, we see it on here all the time. You can call people out on stuff, and that's holding them accountable.
Yep.
For instance, when cancel culture, that's holding someone
Oh.
accountable. It's holding them accountable, but it doesn't mean that they are going to change the behavior that caused that shaming or the canceling or anything like that. It only means that you make them aware. But they
Right.
already know. You only reminding them. They already know. You don't have to make people aware of they bull crap. We know. We know when we're doing something. We know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you can't make anybody be accountable. It takes
Okay.
them. It takes them having the maturity to self-reflect, look at themselves, and hold themselves to a particular standard to
Mm-hmm.
change.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
my take on it.
I'll feel you.
Right.
Hey, you was on
Yeah.
it for sure with that one for sure though. So I look at it. This what I do though because I I don't do it in a way where how a lot of people be doing like, oh no, you did this and whatever. So what I do is this how I hold people accountable because that's why I make my room like this now. This is the hold accountable room. So it's like basically so I wouldn't really mention it until I see somebody seem like uh they're getting hurt by a certain situation and don't realize what they're getting hurt from. So saying somebody just didn't realize they got an attitude problem, but they just talking like, yeah, but what you say, motherfucker? They start going crazy up in the box to somebody up there. I'm like, hey, see right there, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of
Right.
dangerous right there, man. You don't want to snap on everybody and all that stuff. That's me in a way trying to hold them accountable. I'm not letting them know that is, but I'm giving them an example of why that can be wrong because that's dangerous in the future or something like that. So that's my way of
Well,
holding
actually, what
somebody
you're doing is
accountable.
you're giving them an option to redirect themselves. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
It's just like a parent to a child.
Yep.
You're giving them the option because evidently they aren't mature enough to see that there is something better to do and there is something else that you can do. So you're giving them a redirect and showing them that there is something else you can be doing rather than what you're doing because this is not right.
Yep, exactly. And that's how I
Yeah.
do it though, because there's no point to just be like, oh, you did this wrong. You did. I mean, everybody can point each other out at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can keep pointing
right,
fingers like we were just talking about before. But
right.
it's just what I do now is just like if I feel like somebody is affected by something or why I can't keep this or why I got friends that go against me and all this stuff. But I'm like, but just like some weeks ago or whatever, it was this, and I was actually kind of proud of the situation. There was this chick that kept talking about, man, I got a grudge against my cousin and all that stuff. So dang, that's not cool. What happened? Or, well, I'm like, dang, you got to kind of let that go. You got to realize that everybody thinks different. Everybody got the mind of their own. Everybody express their stuff. And I'm like, look at it. If you the bigger person, you don't have to be the one that got to stoop down to her level and stuff. If you know what she going through and all that stuff, like all the stuff I was telling her and all that stuff. And I'm like, dog, and she was telling me stories. I'm like, it sounds like you just trying to buy her love. And then she ended up coming back the next day like, dang, I ended up talking to my cousin and stuff. And You were right, and she would just feel like we was buying her love, and she didn't even know how to. It was like, but it's like that's what I'm saying. I just put it in a way so they can actually, understand what's going on, because I can read some stuff because I've been through a lot of this stuff. You know, what I'm saying? I'm not. I ain't like I'm an old man and all that. Like, I've been back in my day or something. But I'm just saying that a lot of stuff I can see because I used to be that way. I used to have ego in the way. I used to have, all this stuff I'll talk about is what I used to do. So I'm not going. I'm
Right.
not trying to. I'm trying to help people out as best as I can. That's all it is. Without shaming them, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have to do the shaming part.
Right.
I get that.
Right. But that's the thing though. Sometimes extreme actions require extreme measures.
Hmm.
And we just have to be wise enough to know. Because honestly, if somebody's doing something publicly and it is affecting a lot of people, oh yeah,
Say
we gonna
something.
tell you because you ain't listening to nobody.
Okay, I
Yeah,
get you.
the punishment has to fit the crime.
I get you. Like some stuff got to be made examples of like that. I mean, it's no different what
Exactly.
God do. You know what I'm saying? He make examples out of
Exactly.
people and stuff. So yeah, I feel
Exactly.
you on that. Let the next person know like, hey, this ain't right. You don't want to go down this path. So I get it. It just depends on the intentions behind it. But that makes sense though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. I mean, just like parents, if my child tells me a small little white lie, I'm not going to beat the crap out of them or anything. But if you tell me a lie that results in you putting yourself in danger, oh, it's gonna be different. You're gonna catch some holy hands and they ain't gonna be real holy.
He said, hold it.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a blessing.
Holy hands. Yes. And
Oh
there's gonna be
boy.
a blessing in that storm because you lived.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Got you a lesson and a blessing at the same time.
Well, and I
Absolutely.
just like
All at the same time.
to think it from the perspective of I can't make anybody else be accountable because accountability has to come from within yourself. To first,
Mm-hmm.
like you say, you have to recognize the situation and know that you have. And a lot of us, when it comes to ourselves, we grade ourselves on that curve. So we'll be a lot harder on other individuals than we actually are on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
get
I
you.
can't hold you accountable. But what I can do is I can set my boundaries and standards.
I
And
get
when
you.
you cross my boundaries and standards, then
Then
that's where it ends. So whether you want to be accountable for what your actions are or not, I don't have to deal with things that you choose not to be accountable for with yourself and deal with those. So I can just cut that off right there because I'm not going to subject myself to an individual who's grading themselves on the curve and refuse to do things that they know that they should be doing.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
See that?
That's why
Like
you gotta.
I right like what you just said. I rock with that because like I was saying earlier, like you know what I'm saying when it comes to accountability, it's got to be I would say like a contract that you put in place with individuals. You know what I'm saying? And once they cross that, I sound horrible. Hold up, I don't like that. Oh wait.
I be it. Sound bad on my end. You sound too low a little earlier, but you
You
sound
can hear me
straight.
now? Oh,
Well, you
I was
sound
sounding
fine.
good. Oh my bad. I thought I was sounding crazy. Hold up.
It's preaching too good for yourself, man. What the heck?
I love how these conversations
Man,
end up coming.
now, what I was saying, when you hold somebody accountable, I mean, when you deal with accountability, it's like a contract that you put in with yourself, and when you deal with other people, once they cross them lines, you're gonna dip out. You're like, I'm not gonna put up with this. This is my tolerance level and limit, and once you
Boundary.
pass that, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
the part where accountability coming in when you just like when somebody doing something and they doing it wrong, and you come into them and it's like, oh, you wrong, this and that. That person gonna look at you like, who the f is you? Because you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like you randomly saying things about them, and they not even understand. They're not fully aware of themselves
I
and what they're
get you.
doing because you on this path and you on this wave, and you thinking with this mindset, and you know what I'm saying. You just like wrong. They probably looking at you different, but if y'all was in a cahoots with each other and y'all make this okay, bro. I'm gonna be doing this. I know I know I get rowdy. I know I get angry. If I'm talking and I'm passionate, I'm doing this and that. I'm being disrespectful, and you don't like what I'm saying, bro. Make sure you stop me. Hold me accountable for, well, not holding me accountable, but make sure you know what I'm saying. You stop that. You kill that, because that's not what you're socializing with. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not
I
the
mean, you
message I'm trying to
stopping and
put out.
still hold them accountable though, so you was right.
Yeah. You took an action so that they could stop.
You know, and then eventually they gotta right, and then they gotta take accountability from that point. Like, oh, you know what, bro? You right, let me chill. You know what I'm saying? That's them, you know.
But the important part that he said is, hey, bro, stop me. That's the person holding themselves accountable, and what they're doing is soliciting help. Hey, bro, I know I have a problem with this. I'm trying to hold myself accountable. If you're seeing me get off the rail, bro, say something to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you on that.
1,000. Yep.
But I'm gonna say this over again, which I don't know if everybody heard me. So, all right. So a month ago, right? I didn't know if you could hold people accountable until I looked it up, right? So I'm gonna let y'all know it's a difference between holding accountable and making someone accountable. That's two different things. So making somebody aware of what they need to be accountable for or calling them out on it, that's called holding accountable. You know what I'm saying? So it is a possible. And then you could, like, if you want to look, if you don't think I'm lying, you can look it up. It do say you can hold somebody accountable. So just because you hold somebody accountable, that don't mean you make them accountable. So that's something I had to learn literally a month ago. You know what I'm saying? So tooshay in the building. What's the deal?
I am proud of you.
What's the deal, man?
I'm
You
proud
better
of
be
you.
proud of me, boy.
I remember we had that conversation and you was like, no, no. And I was like, Kev.
Why do my voice always gotta be like that?
I mean, that's your voice. I mean,
No.
You're right.
no, because Kev, you know, we known each other for a minute. You know, you'd be like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
It
It
doesn't
sounds
make
like
any sense.
sometimes you be sounding like Vegeta when he first came around. I
You
can't
gonna make
believe you
people
said this.
scared of me. I do not be like that. Don't make me seem
Hey, Kev, you
like
be
He
like,
said Vegeta.
hey, Kev be like Vegeta. I can't believe you say you can't be accountable.
I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna drop down while I'm working so someone else can come up too.
All right, for
But
sure, man.
I'll join in a little bit.
well, you
All
already know
right.
my standpoints on this.
For sure.
You already know how the standpoints goes.
I ain't gonna lie to
It
you.
is
Gotta
a
talk that talk, bro. Go ahead and say
man
what it is.
holding accountable and being accountable. I feel like I said before, you can only hold people in your vicinity accountable, right?
Right.
Because uh they're around you, like they have that access to you. Like I
Right.
can't really hold somebody who I don't know from a can of paint accountable.
No, you can't.
I can tell them that, hey, around me I don't like that, but I don't think that's me holding them accountable. That's me setting a boundary. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
a boundary,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's a boundary. Now holding somebody accountable is, like I said, your circle. Because it's
Right.
like, hey, I'm with you, you my friend, you become a reflect kind of like a reflection of me. So I don't allow that. That's you holding somebody accountable to a standard. And of course you can be accountable, or you have to be accountable for your actions and what you pour into this world and what you say to people and how you
Right.
deliver it. Like
Yeah.
you can be accountable for yourself, but you can only hold people accountable that are like in your vicinity.
I feel you on that. Yeah, because that's dangerous to do somebody you don't know or somebody in the streets. You know that smoking ain't right over there, guys, and you get
Yeah,
jumped. That's crazy.
yeah, smoking ain't right, but you finna be smoking too.
That's gonna
Mind
be the
your
last
business.
smoke you done deal with. Talking.
But you know, and
No.
I done been in situations. And you know me, I'm gonna be straight up with it before. I'd have been in this situation. People be like, "You shouldn't do that." I'd be like, "You should mind your business," because
I was about to
I'm
say
gonna hold people.
some of them, some white tea people be doing that though. Well, they be showing that,
Yeah,
hey guys, you know what I'm saying? That is not
and
right
then
over there. You know what I'm saying? How they be doing the movies
and
and
then the
stuff.
crazy thing about that, Kim, though, is when you put yourself in other people's business, you become a part of the equation, right?
Yeah.
You made an unnecessary problem for yourself when you didn't have to. And then people always have this kind of like mindset, like, well, why did that happen to me? Well, why did you add yourself to that equation? If it was 2 plus 2 that equals 4, and now you want it to be the multiplication symbol or division symbol. Now you're a part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but and when you put yourself in a situation like that, you have to be accountable for what's to come of that, because you should have just not put yourself in it. Some, like I said, some stuff I get, but you still gotta understand. You gotta pick and choose when to hold your cards and when to fold your cards. You get me? Like, that's just like, I think that is, if you didn't learn that as a kid, like us as adults, your friends should be like, hey, don't say nothing to them. We don't know them. That's not our business. You feel me? So
Right.
I think that, like I said, everybody should be accountable for their actions and what they put into this world. Meaning, what you say, what you do, how you deliver, like that. Do you have to be accountable for that? This is the simple knowledge of that is cause and effect. If you was not in the situation, like, you don't play a part in the effect, right? Like, oh, that
Right.
ain't got nothing to do with me. And I've been told this many times. People will tell me like, well, our government, and I be like, the government don't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
It has
There
nothing
you
to do with
go.
me. And you want me to put myself into some business that has nothing to do with me, that now officially affects me. Um, a weird thing too, because I want somebody else to speak. I always tell people this too as well. Like, um, just for that scenario, like the government. Somebody was like, well, if you vote this is gonna happen. I'm like, man, I'm in the low class. Half of those laws don't affect me. They affect middle class and upper class people. Half of that don't affect me. I gotta still go to work. I still gotta pay gas. I still gotta
Right.
do this. I still gotta maintain stuff. Like, that doesn't. I mean, it may bother me and it may make things a little bit more tougher, but it don't really affect me,
It's
because
not a
either way it go,
standstill. Don't put your life
yeah,
at no
like,
standstill.
yeah, like,
And,
if when
and
gas first went up, I
after you
was like
give
that.
your response, and you be very clear about why you don't want to, they still hit you with this. You should vote. Like what? Like you
But
just
that,
hear what I said?
and that's why I get at people too. I say, like, vote if you want to vote, but don't vote because people are telling you to vote. Like, I voted because I felt like, oh wow, this may really affect us. And then when I voted, and the terms of it still came out to the opposition of what I voted against,
Yeah.
I kind of was just like, okay, well, it ain't nothing we could kind of do. You feel me? Like, I tried, it didn't happen. When gas prices went up, people was like, gas is high. You
Uh-huh.
still gonna put gas in your car to go to work though. So so you're complaining about nothing. You still
Right.
got to put gas in your car, right? You still got to
Yeah.
eat. You still got to pay bills. You still got to do everything. So, and that's people being like, man, if our government, it was like, it's like, bro, you're not being accountable for what happens to you next. You feel me? And I think people need to just understand that life is gonna be life, man.
It's
You
gonna
got
be
to be
love.
accountable for what
You gotta
you do.
adjust. Gotta adapt. That's what humans are
And check
made
this
for, to
out.
adapt.
You always have a choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may not have good choices, but you always have a choice.
I mean, but what is? But
I put it
I
this way, you
think
got a
it.
better choice than doing nothing.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
mean, you could not do something too, but then you gotta once again be accountable for it. Hey, if something don't go right, that you didn't do nothing. That's your choice.
That's a
Like,
choice.
that's your choice.
Yeah.
Um, but and then I see somebody say businesses are held accountable with lawsuits, so I guess you can make people. But that's a business, right? Like, I think that we talk. I think what we talking about is more personal, like holding like, I can hold a business accountable, because if Fruit of the Looms gave me a bad pair of boxer briefs, yeah, they gonna honor the fact that that's in their policy to do that. But you can't. That's business stuff. When you start a business, you come with policies and kind of like laws or rules. You got a job, it's laws and rules of the job. But we talk. I think that the more thing is being held accountable, or you know, being accountable is a personal thing.
Everybody gonna have their own personal type of accountability, if
Hmm.
you would say. It's gonna be different for everybody. Everybody not gonna have the same type of standards, boundaries, or limits, or anything.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's people out here who got only only dance. Only dance. They got only dance. They got to be responsible for what they do. You gotta be responsible for that. That ain't on me or nothing. That's on you. You did that. You get what I'm saying? Um. So I just think that, like I said before, being being holding somebody accountable is um a circular, as like a in a circle type of thing. Like, oh, you're around me, so you. And I think being accountable is always just you and how you present it. And you know, and only one thing changes is that one word: holding and being.
Right.
Holding and being. You can holding yourself accountable. Holding accountability is the people around you. Being accountable is you.
Yep. Facts.
I don't know why people force people to vote. I mean, I don't know why people want to force other people to do a lot of stuff. Kevin, no, I'm big on that. Let them figure it out. We because experience is the best teacher in life. You feel me? Like, if you didn't go through half of the stuff, like, because I feel like a lot of people say, "Oh, I learned off of other people's mistakes." Yeah, but you don't fully learn until you made that mistake.
Some people don't get a chance.
But let me tell you something about that. Because I don't care how much you tell an individual about your experiences, somehow they'll take that and go, well, it's not going to happen for me that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go
I think
ahead,
that's the
Superman.
average little young adult. You know what I'm saying? They all do that.
And I be
I'll
telling them,
figure
go
out
ahead,
myself. I'm gonna
Superman.
do it a different way. They end up becoming the same thing again. End up the generational curse.
Hey, man. You know what I tell them? They'll figure it out. I know my mom tried her best to tell me a lot of stuff. And I did not get them lessons until I did it and I failed. And I said, oh, this is what my mama was talking about. This
Sometimes
ain't
I
good.
think
I see what she was
sometimes
talking about. I see this shit. It's real out here. I see.
Uh-huh.
Bernie Sanders like I care. That's funny. But I
And I,
believe, shoot, I believe a lot of people just need help. I would, just like I said, which I'm the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
hey, man, I
If
could,
I feel like if I can keep somebody from, because a lot of us, I think we know different from children. I mean, all of us still can learn. A lot of us don't know better. You know what I'm saying? And if we could prevent a situation, why not? I
you
still
know what's
never. I've
crazy
seen
is
plenty of
I
people
like to
smoke the
help people.
cigarette, but I wasn't gonna do it.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, kid. I like to help people, right? I like to help people to a certain extent, right? I got a friend right now who just keep making poor decisions. She's very much smart, but she chooses to make poor decisions. So we had a conversation, and I said, "Why don't you think about half of the stuff that you do before you do it?" Oh, I don't know. I just be living in the moment. We didn't had a conversation. Listen, the conversation has literally went from, "Hey man, you should probably think about that before you make that move." All right. Then it went from, "Why you ain't think about that before you did that?" And then it was like, okay. Then it's like, "Hey, bro, like, what's up with you? Like, I done said this so nice so many times. I don't know how you feel
Yeah.
me? You don't get it." And then after a certain point, I just was like, "Man, you gonna figure it out on your own."
Yeah,
So,
so I'm gonna put it this way: some people you could talk to, some people you can't. That's just like not every last person that was committing. You know what I'm about to say. You could talk them out of it. A lot of people you have talked out of it, and they saved themselves. They got, you know what I'm saying. So it just depends on who you're talking to. It's a gamble. No different from how life is. It's just a gamble.
man,
Word.
you
So it's
are
all about what
correct.
your patience is at the end of the day. So it's like whatever. I'm gonna let it. Because I feel you on
But
some
Kev,
people. Like I'm like whatever they gonna do. What they gonna
but
do.
Kev, you
But
heard
me
me right.
myself, I'm gonna say at least I tried. That's just with me.
That's it.
But you know what, Kev? You like I said, you heard the stages, right? Hey man, maybe next time you should think about that, like before you go. Okay, man, why you do that? Didn't we just have a conversation about that? Like, why do you want to keep making a mistake? Then it's like, hey, bro, like, what is up with you? Like, you just not listening at all.
And
You
then
get me?
F it.
Then it's
I
like
always say,
after that extension, it's kind of
I always say people have the right to offer it. And what I mean, I always say everybody deserves the right to eat, whether they eat or not.
Hmm.
You feel me? So I gave you the right to eat. You know, I gave you this information. You know, I came to you with this advice. Da-da-da-da-da-da. If you choose not to follow it, that's on you. Because what I can't do is be more invested than what you got going on than you are.
Right. Right. Can't help the ones that ain't trying to be helped.
Can't say everybody. And,
And
you
But
then
I
you
know,
know what's
offered
crazy,
you
Kim?
know, I thought you was finna say. I thought you were finna say the other time when you can't lead a horse to the water. You can lead a horse to the water, but
To
you
the
can't
water
make
and
him
they
drink.
can't.
it. Ain't
I
make
Yeah.
me
can't force you
drink.
to drink that bit. I
But I
brought you to
brought
the
you to the
pond.
water though. I brought you to the water.
I
You know
still
what?
right. I still
You
led
know
them to
what?
the
You
water.
know what movie?
What about the movie? What the heck?
Am I lagging?
Say, yeah.
Wait,
Say that
you
again,
back
Touche.
now? I think.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm lagging. Let me drop down and come right back. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Hold on.
Let people be and learn the way they need. Oh, that's the problem. Everybody trying to learn.
I
That's why the
kind of,
world the way it is
I
now.
kind of, I kind of agree with that because some people need to get. Yeah, we can hear you good. Some people need that life a whooping to for them to get what's going
Yep.
on, and by just telling
Yeah.
them ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes somebody need to get that pop pop.
Yeah.
But go ahead,
Yep.
brother.
Yeah. You don't hear Touche? Studio said he can't hear you. I can hear you. Can you? Anybody else hear him, or
I
nobody can
hear
hear
him.
Touche? I'm trying to see anybody to check in
To
here.
mute yourself a couple times, then unmute and
No,
try
you
again.
you should be. Hold on, I'm about to see. Oh, you can't. You can't either. Oh wow. No, I hear you, Kev. What the heck? Only me?
Man,
What the
TikTok
freak?
me tripping, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh, I
let
know
me
what to
get
do.
out of
Hold
the
up.
app and I'm gonna come back.
I know what I'm about to do. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I got something for y'all right quick.
Liana says she.
That, yeah. That nice refresh right there. That's how you do it. So I got a little slick move. I swipe the app out, and then it's refresh up. Everybody, y'all
Uh,
still in here? Y'all come back.
yeah, I'm
Get my
here.
topic. Let me get my topic back up. Let's see some. Should be able. Y'all can hear Touche, right? I heard him right before he dropped. Wow.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check.
I hear him now.
Yes.
Either Lena, you said nope, no what? You could. Oh, what? Couple y'all throw my brain off. Okay, come on back. Who was it? Was
But
you just up here?
well,
Oh,
like I
no,
said,
Lena dropped. Oh, Antonio, you can
so
come back
what I
up.
was getting at was I was watching that movie, and I watched how at first he didn't want to be responsible for his actions. He was always putting off everything, you know, to other people. And at the end, his friend was, going up to the sky, and he was like, "I'm slowing you down. Just let me go." And right
Mm-hmm.
before he hit the ground, a beam of light came and picked him up. But I'm saying all that to say, like, some people need to be, they need to figure it out for themselves,
Right.
right? Like his homie was trying. His friend was trying to take him with him, but he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm slowing you down,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to save yourself." So when he did that and he was going to the ground, right before he got to the ground, that beam of light came up, and it was like to me, I think, kind of getting in the mindset as like people need to figure it out for themselves. right?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to help them, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it's slowing me down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's stopping me from where I need to be. And the only person who can wake somebody up for their mistakes
Cause
is a
themselves.
higher power. You feel me? So that's
Oh
why,
yeah, right.
yeah, and themselves, the higher power in
So
themselves. You got to look within yourself and find out what you deal with and what you willing to accept and what you go through,
and there
and
are
you got to
some
want to
people
change
that can
that for
learn the hard
yourself.
way. So this is what I was about to say, right? Because y'all, the thing is both of us right. None of us wrong on that situation. Because I literally have people in my family that's like that. It's like, so the thing is, it's just independent. Like I said, it's a tolerance thing. Who you decide to even put your time with, you know what I'm saying? But it is people that literally do have to, and I'm fully aware of that. People got to just learn for themselves. And no matter if you talk to them 100 times, you know what I'm saying? Or if you talk, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Sometimes you just got to let them do what they got to do. Because I mean, I'm literally going through that stuff right now with people in my family and stuff. So yes, I'm
And can
pretty, it's
and I
people that's like
understand
that.
your heart, bro. I understand your heart.
Yeah,
I never not understood your heart, but
right,
you got your heart is bigger than your body. Your heart
right.
is bigger than your body, bro. You make it, and though you may be strong, that don't mean that it don't look like a target to everybody else. And
Oh
I
yeah, oh
am
yeah.
that person. You know,
Right.
I have went out on whims of. Remember when I don't even know if I told you this. Me and my ex that I haven't spoken to are cool. We had a conversation.
Wow.
The one that we had
Forgiveness.
me and her. Yeah, but you know what? My heart is bigger than my body, and though people may see that as a weakness, I look at it as a strength, and I try to be a leader for people to be the same way. But I can't make nobody be this way. I don't care if
Yeah.
I preach them uh, morning time, lunchtime, dinner time, dessert time, morning again, lunchtime
Yeah.
again, dinner time, dessert time again. Like you just they have to go through it, and they have to get out of it. What if
But
we go ahead.
oh no, I said believe me by now, my through my experience, just because of what I do now, yeah, it's it because sometimes you have to use logic. You can't always lead with your heart all the time. So yes, it got to a point to where I know who's trying to understand and who's not. Because like literally, it's I mean, if you just being on this app though, and me knowing my character, I realize it's like just some people you can't talk to. So I rather not. You know what I'm saying? I do when I feel like it, but me myself, I'm not about to. No, I don't waste my whole energy on a situation that just seems like that's just like talking to a brick wall or talking to, you know what I'm saying? Because people are just very stubborn. They're gonna stay their ways. And then one of the ones they got to learn the hard way. Later down the line, they be like, "Oh, you know what? You was right," or something like that. But then again, like I said, with me myself, what I realize is that I'm gonna keep doing my message or what I feel I'm here for. It's because I feel like I'm gonna catch the people that's like in the middle ground, right? So it's people that's in the middle ground and the people that's actually trying to that know that they trying to grow or trying to help with the journey that I'm on and stuff. So it's people that's in the people in the middle. What I mean by that, them are the people that's they confused. They like, man, do I want to do this? But I really don't know what to do. And like, so them the ones that's like kind of really willing to listen to something like that. Boo Boo Kenny in
Yeah,
the
so you get
building.
them.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
So so with that, I give it words of encouragement, right? Like if you
Yeah,
want to do something and better your position, I'm down for words of encouragement. But
yeah,
I'm also a type of person like I'm gonna lay out certain things, the ways that you can take. Now, if you're just not taking them, you're just not taking them. So how serious are you? You get what I'm saying? And it goes to
right.
that question. And a lot of people don't like to get called out on that, but I'm gonna be honest with you too. My ex girlfriend, when we finally spoke, my first question to her was, "Well, you wanted to be an X-ray tech when we were dating. Did you get into being an X-ray tech? Did you take the courses? Oh no. Oh well, then you don't really want it that bad. So I'm not even finna drill you. I could have easily been like, "You not applying yourself," but that's on you.
Yeah,
You go hunting, you feed yourself, right? That's what it is. That's basic law. That's basic human law. You
yeah.
hungry, you go eat. If you got in order to eat, you gotta get food, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you say you're hungry and you don't want to go and you're not trying to go hunting, that's just the truth. You're not hungry enough. There's people out here
Not
who gonna
hungry
go
enough.
get
That's
it
what it
every
is,
single
man.
time.
Some people gotta wait till they stomach is freaking growling, and that's when, you know what I'm saying, that's when it a little ain't well, I'm gonna say it's about where it's just, I want to say it's a little too late, but you know what I'm saying, some people wait till it's dang near there, and then they, oh, you know what, it's time. I really ain't got no job. I can't. That's when they want to. That's what that, and that's what shows that people. I think you the one that mentioned that before when we had that one day we actually was agreeing and stuff. We had to sing and stuff for that. John, that was crazy. That was, of course, I'm gonna remember that day because that's rare. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, because I'm big on because we like I like I said, I live in Los Angeles, California, bro, and I'm not even living here. I'm surviving here. If you don't eat, you can't complain. You gotta go get it. You gotta
yes,
feed yourself
exactly.
because everybody else is feeding themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I don't even mind telling people like this. I categorize people in my life. You feel me? I know what friends to go out and hang out with and party with. I know what friends I need to talk to about business and advancing in life. I know that, right? And that's what. And unfortunately, certain situations, I'm not going to include certain people
Mm-hmm.
because you're not on that. When it's time to go hunting, hey, they gonna be ready to eat no matter what. You get what I'm saying? They gonna be ready. They hungry and I'm hungry. They gonna want to go eat. Oh, they want to get
Mm-hmm.
some money and I want to get some money. They want to go get some money. We gonna go get some money. So that's how I categorize people, in my life. And I would hope that most people would categorize people like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, we having fun and a good time. Bet everybody has a label in your life. It may not be like my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my best friend, my this. No, but you know who? Hey, they go eat. Let's go eat. I know
Mm-hmm.
what friends I could call when I want to go to a fancy steakhouse. You feel me?
What the
I know
heck
what
is?
friends I could call.
My man's getting kicked. Yeah, I feel you though. Heck yeah. But this what I'm about to say. Like even with that, right? This is why I'm saying with like the stuff that you're telling me that I'm already fully aware of, and I'm telling you that no, that I know. It's just like I know my people because like I said, majority of the people is like that. That I hang with my two best friends like that. I actually got one friend that I know if I talk to him, he just like whatever, you know what I'm saying. But he's still my boy. He one of my best friends. We can rock with each other for, you know what I'm saying, to whatever, you know what I'm saying. Then my main best friend. Now what I noticed with him, both of them was real stubborn though. But I noticed that like even though they didn't see my change and stuff or whatever, they not about to just leave me because I changed or whatever. I mean, I know one of them get it, they feels more like, nah, you don't do the same things you used to do and all that stuff, or you know what I'm saying, but. He's still, I mean, we still around. Ain't nothing he got against me and stuff. Because eventually they gonna see how I am. I changed a lot of stuff I'm not interested in no more. Different little stuff because that comes with growth and maturity. So the thing is, I noticed that my one friend, he's slowly, and that's the one I've been with friends with a little longer than the other one. He slowly, I can see that he kind of changing though. I can see that like some of the stuff I'm doing is wearing off on him and stuff. And that's the thing. That's what I do is like I'm gonna speak what I'm gonna speak on just because especially if I care about, I just care about people in general or whatever. I'm gonna speak on what I speak on. I let them, I plant my seed, and then eventually they're gonna, they're gonna start waking up and stuff. But some people it take time. But I'm not me myself. I don't sit there and hold my breath and hope somebody changes stuff. I don't do that. I know what I can tolerate and I know what I can at the same day. It seems like I'm putting a lot into somebody, but I'm really not. It's just a little bit because like I said, I put so much work on myself and all that stuff, and I know what I can tolerate. I know my boundaries. I know all that stuff. But with me, I feel like I mean, because I just see a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, so that's the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing. But like I said, I do know it's just some people, and like I said, that's part of what I'm doing is just like I got to be observant of some people I'm gonna be wasting my breath with. I don't even like calling it that. It ain't no wasting my breath. I feel like no matter what I say or do, I'm planting the seed, even if they don't like it or not. It's still a plant, and they gonna remember what I say no matter what because it's gonna either get to their feelings, it's gonna get to something. You know what I'm saying? So vice versa, like somebody said something about me, but me myself, I try to quickly correct something that I feel that they addressed it that I might have to work on. You know what I'm saying? But some people will not admit it, but later down the line, they will later. Maybe down the line, but they might never. Because, just that's where the ego and all that stuff come in. But yeah, I'm fully aware that, yes, most definitely. It's people that's out here that just got to learn the hard way. Or some people, it got to be the worst of the worst. They might not
It's like
never
an alarm
learn.
clock, bro.
They never learn, huh?
It's like an alarm clock.
Yeah.
It's like an alarm clock. We might both set our alarm clocks at 6 o'clock, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yep.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yep.
okay. It's like an alarm clock. We might both set our alarm clock for 6 o'clock, right? You might be the type that can immediately get up and go and do get up. It might take somebody else some time. Like, oh, okay, but it don't change the fact that y'all both are supposed to get up at 6 o'clock. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, legit in that.
Hold on, I'm typing on this stuff. What we talking about? Well, yeah, man. Trey, you over there a little too quiet. Ain't no way you this quiet now. Now it's time for you to speak some stuff. Me and Tooshay been going back and forth all day.
You talking
You
about
better
me?
act like you just got unbananaed. you
You
got
talking
out
about?
jail. You better
Nah, y'all were cooking,
you
but
can
nah,
yeah.
I agree with everything what y'all was
I gotta
saying.
show
Like,
them what you about. Why I made you a mod and stuff. You know what I'm
man,
saying? My boy Trey be
man, I was
spin.
listening to everything y'all was saying. Like, I agree with everything y'all was saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
some people you can't. Like, I'm gonna give you a perspective like this. The first thing that you had spoke about how you got, you know what I'm saying, your best friends, and
Oh yeah.
basically you just sometimes you can't tell a person. Sometimes you got to be what you trying to you will like for them to grow into the be. You know what I'm saying? You would like for them to transition into. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you see one of your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? You see him slowly going. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ain't tell him to do that. You see him doing it on his
Right.
own willing, and then you got
Yep.
the other one. You know what I'm saying? He might not see because he probably need a different way of teaching or something like that.
Yep.
I don't know, but that's how it be sometimes. Sometimes the other thing what bro was saying, Touche was saying what he was saying earlier, like you put your friends in categories. Sometimes you trying to go a route, you on a mission, and you ain't a part. Like I ain't letting nobody interfere with my mission, because this mission is something that's ingrained in me. This is something I set my heart on. This is something I do naturally. This is something I work hard to do. So friend or not, if you not with my mission, I kind of gotta kind of put you to the side, because you ain't finna block me. You not finna distract me. You not finna delay my message. You not finna block my mission. You not finna. I'm not finna allow you to be in my way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really trying to do something. Now, if you're a part of it, let's go. We could work together. We could
Let's
build
get
together
it
and
right.
succeed. We could go. We could go forward. We could, you know what I'm saying, put that fire into that. But it's just when you go against. Nah, let me take that back. Not, I don't like that word. It's when you basically everybody got different paths, and your path might be, this way, and I'm going this way, and that's okay. That's just it's okay. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing to say like you going wrong or I don't like what you're doing. It just you went your way and I went mine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go. Boo Boo Kitty, what's the deal? What is the deal?
What's up, brothers?
How you feeling?
How you doing, Boo Boo Kitty?
Hey, I got something.
Hey,
I just got something for you. I ain't staying. I just want to say one thing. Why?
there you go. Come on, give us some more. You
I'm
already
in
know. Give us
love
some
with
more.
you.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
in love with you.
Thank
There
For
you
you
go. Right,
won't
you better
spend
do it
all
right. You
night
already
with
know. He owe me, don't he?
me.
Cause I was over there holding it down
Hey,
for us, man. He
baby,
over there was
be the
drying it out,
one.
man.
All right, now see, I
you.
got
I passed the mic. You're supposed to pick it up. That's what we do.
All right.
Loving you
Oh, you know. Oh, Touche
whenever,
wasn't it? I know he got the
you.
vocals.
Hell, don't worry about it. I got
wherever,
your back, bro. I got. We was
never
on point this
treat
time.
you
Okay,
bad.
touche, me and you.
Huh?
Ready?
Go ahead.
Why I'm so in
So
love
in
with
with
you.
you. Girl, you sing better than me.
Come on.
Whatever you want me to.
It's
I can't keep
all
going.
right with me.
Come on, man. Don't be scared.
Come on now. 'Cause
No, you wasn't in the room.
You
They had me over here
make
showing my
me
other side. I wasn't
feel
supposed to show them this, man.
so brand
show 'em you got talent, Kev.
new.
Show 'em you got talent.
I don't know that song like that. I can do a little bit though. Give me one of my songs I like though.
Thank you for the gift, Lady Play. Yeah, I just like to have a good time.
Oh yeah, most
Appreciate you.
definitely.
Appreciate
Got
you.
to, man.
You know what
Yeah.
song I listened to today? And I listened to that song literally
My neck,
10
my back, that
songs
don't count.
straight. No. I listened to um let the record shows I took the blows and I did it my way.
Okay.
Okay, I'll sing
Now
it.
make
Frank
sure we invite
Sinatra.
him in there and the singing. We gonna all do our singing thing. I liked it that though. Y'all bring us. Y'all made me. Yeah. I had to do that
Frank
though.
Give us
Frank
some better
Sinatra. It's
songs,
up
we
The
know.
studio a hater, man. He was hating when we was
Frank
Sometimes, hey,
Sinatra, man.
listen, that's what I'm gonna
Frank
start doing. I'm gonna
Sinatra.
start
because
busting
he
these
sound like
lines.
a giant in that room. He brought I can imagine studio singing.
Sometimes,
Dreads getting in the
sometimes
way.
some of these lives they need an intermission. So I think I'm gonna start going in there and just giving a little intermission. They be too
Right, do
serious.
one of them toxic ones that need to calm down and stuff. Like, hey,
I know.
chill.
Right. I was
You
gonna
got
bust in one of them where they was fighting. I was just gonna say, "We are the world.
Right.
you
We
better than
are
me.
We are the
the
children.
We
You know what
are
song I
the
want to get in? You know what song I want to get in there? Everybody wants to rule the
That's
world.
true. That's fact.
Right.
I,
That's facts right there for sure.
I listen to Frank Sinatra's. He get on my nerves.
Studio,
Hey, that is to be honest with y'all. That is a song that I hold like very near and dear to me because my younger brother passed away. Not like blood brother, but he was like a younger brother to me. Passed away in a car accident, and he did stuff his way. Like he started out getting into skating and being just like a regular skater or whatever. And he just made a big name for himself, and he did it, a different way than a lot of people. So when he passed away, I was listening to that song over and over, and I was like, yeah, you did it your way, bro. So, um, I just be listening to it, and every time I hear it, right when it get to that part, and let the record shows, I took the blows, I did it my. I would be like, man, you did
yeah,
it your way, little bro.
yeah. I'm
I,
sorry to hear
I
that.
got, yeah, it's sorry to hear that, yeah, bro. I got one that stuck in my head ever since I heard the song. It goes like this: slow down, you crazy child. You so ambitious as a juvenile. You got so many minutes and so many hours in a day. Hey, you
Hmm.
don't know that?
Hmm.
All right now. I don't know
Or
that one.
what is that?
No, I found my new favorite Toxic song, and I think
That's
everybody
Billy
did it.
Joe, Vienna.
Oh, I might have to check that out. That's an old one.
Oh, here you go. Podcast know it now.
You know what
Medium
song
hands in the
Hey,
building.
hey, Kev. You know what? Have you ever heard "If You Let Me"?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. It's a
If
really
you
good
let
song.
me,
You
no.
guys should check it out.
Yes.
You say, "Oh God, karaoke night is
She
Friday."
said, "I'll love you like I never ever loved somebody.
Thank you for
Yeah.
the
I'll
gift,
I
lady.
do
could
Play.
give you things you didn't
didn't know."
even know you wanted.
Go
I'm
sing
sorry
it,
to
girl.
Yeah.
offend
No,
a
we
friend,
see.
Sinatra.
But we can either start some stuff or everybody
I'm
want to.
sorry. I'm
I know
sorry.
I
Hey,
like it though. No, and we know who. And we know who to bring in. I might know who to invite that day, man. We about to go
mm-hmm.
down now.
And what's crazy was I was listening to the lyrics of
So
that song, and I said, I don't never want that type of love. She said, I'll she like, I'll do things you didn't even know you won't. Don't tell me it's not enough. You're over us.
Leona, they had us
I was like,
singing.
yeah, no.
They had us singing in their live the other day, just in embarrassing ourselves.
who was singing Billy Joel? That person knows good music, and
Oh, what you
especially
know?
the song
Well,
Vienna. That's one of
yeah.
my favorite songs, Vienna.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, at least somebody knew, cause y'all had me on here by myself. Like, damn.
Yeah,
Nah,
I
it's a
ain't got
very
that
good
one.
song.
What you
Yeah,
got
that's
The
for
what
me?
I
song
like.
basically is emulating. Just take a break because at the end of the day, people have this. Not let me not say people. We all have it. We have this destination desperation where we just want to get to our goal, our dreams, this great life that we working so hard for, and then our body is like burning out along the way. So it's just basically telling you take a break, because 2 days is not gonna hurt you to take a break. The world is not gonna crumble if you stop and take a break for 2 days.
You
Right.
know what that song is a good song to tell somebody when they having an argument? No can do, I can't go for that. No, no. No can do, I can't
No
go for
can
that.
do.
Hey,
I
I bust
can't
that
go
out.
for that.
I bust that out one time when people was getting into it. I said, I can't go for this. No, no can do. I walk right out. I'm leaving. Thank you so much, lady.
Let's see what you got, medium hands. Let's see what you got.
No, I'm not from Barbados,
Yeah,
but
she got
thank
that. I like
you.
that accent.
I
She
am
from somewhere though.
definitely from the Caribbean, but I'm not from Barbados.
Barbados.
I'm gonna send you a
I'm
follow
not from Barbados. I'm
and
not from
follow me back.
Jamaica. But
Yeah,
yes,
you gotta
I'm not
follow.
gonna
Right, y'all
lie. You
follow
know who
each other. These my
you
peoples
know who
right
you
here.
reminded me
Everybody
of right
follow
now?
each other.
Right now, you reminded me of Rihanna. Right
And I
now.
make sure that hey,
thank
we
you.
now you
You
got you a
following too
whole
many people.
choir
You gotta
now,
let
boo
some of
boo
them go.
kitty. Now you see all them
You
going
gotta let
to
some of
show
them
their
go. You
vocals. We
following
needed
too many
help. That
people.
I needed help the other day, man.
Hey, boo
I
boo.
know, right?
You got everything.
Y'all done unlock my secret thing. I ain't want to show
It's
everybody my
not
stuff, man.
Trinidad, man. I'm so insulted that sometimes my country doesn't automatically pop up on people's radar until they're like, "Oh yeah," but I'm not from Trinidad, not from Jamaica, not from Barbados. I'm very close to the
Boy,
USA.
P.
I'm not from the Cayman
No,
Islands.
that's water. That's no, bro.
I'm like, bro,
Who
you got
is
too
pissing
comfortable
on the
here. I'm
live?
not going for that. No
No,
can do. Get up.
nah, bro.
Anytime, no,
That
not
was a
from the
sink.
Virgin Islands. Anytime somebody's like using the bathroom on the live, we're like, who's opening their ass on the live?
What's crazy is that was really the sink water running, and the fact is, I thought I was on mute, and then all I heard was, "Is he using the bathroom right now?" I said, "Oh my bad."
No can do.
I've
I ain't
literally
never.
heard some people
I'm not
do
Over
never
that.
there be
uncomfortable.
pissing hard as hell. Like, damn, nobody want to hear that.
I'm over
Y'all
here like, what
making
are
me
they talking
laugh.
about? Oh, they're talking. I immediately said, what are they talking about? Oh, wait, I'm in it. I'm washing my hands.
Okay,
Oh,
I just wanted to say hi. Talk
All
to you
right, for
Hi.
sure,
later.
man. Thank you
Hey,
for,
boo boo.
thank
yeah.
you for showing up. You
I
know,
appreciate you for
I'm about
Uh,
to
pulling up.
actually watch this movie,
you about to
y'all,
have us
because
singing the rest of the night. No, I'm thinking about some more songs. Now.
What you won't
I'll check in
do
later.
to
All right.
well, go
follow.
ahead,
Got
sing it. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here too. I'm finna watch this movie that people are talking about.
everything.
What's
Um,
that?
it's called Nefarious or something like that. It's about a dude who is
Huh?
it's about a dude. He did not do that. Um, it's about a dude that basically he's a lawyer or whatever, and he goes to death row to basically find out if this dude needs to be sentenced or not. And when he gets there, the dude basically is telling him some crazy, crazy stuff. He knows stuff about this man that he don't know. And then he basically the dude that's in jail is being possessed.
Type
So,
that in the comments. That sounds interesting.
You got to
but to
check out
me,
that other. You seen the
Yeah.
other movie named D's?
no,
Y'all
I'm
drop
not
some
even.
good movie
I ain't gonna.
suggestions because I need a
I'm
good
not gonna
movie to
cap.
watch.
I felt like that was a setup, and I wasn't even
It
going for that.
was. I was like, damn, I'm trying to see how smooth I can do it though. I felt like you could have said that
You the
earlier when I said
Jamaican,
what.
where you the from? Me Grammy from
I
is
said in my
from
head, these.
Camden
What are you talking
Parish,
about?
but me
Hey,
not Jamaican.
soon
All
as I
right.
said D's, I said here it come. I'm not even gonna go open that door for that one.
Touche. Drop that movie like in words in the comments, please. I would love to check it out. And please, guys, in the comments, drop movie suggestions. I need a new movie to watch. Like I hate
Okay.
boring movies. I need a
you need
storyline. I
you
need
need to do
Look,
one thing
studio.
for us though. You
I
need to do
need
one.
plot twists.
I,
I
we need to do one thing for us. Just unfollow a couple of people. That's all you need to do.
so I can follow y'all, yeah.
Dang, she followed that many people. Right. What the heck, man? You better
She
unfollow a
is
bunch of
massive.
people,
Because
man, so you
I've
can
been
see
on.
my live.
Listen to me. If I told you how long I've been on TikTok so long, it's not even funny. But
Right.
like, I just follow everybody.
Yeah,
So yeah.
you got small hands until you unfollow until you get the.
Once you follow me, when I come off this live, I always see it, and then I could always follow back. After, like you said, I unfollow
I
you.
always
I always
could
do that.
follow back is a wicked play on words. Could follow back.
So when I
Stuck
follow
out.
you back, right? When I follow you back, and you come back on Kev's live, right? I can just say that you have medium hand energy, right?
I the medium hands. You know, big hands over here.
Who got
Yeah,
medium
I started
hands?
with
Studio.
that.
Studio said he done found his sister now.
Thank you, Lady Play. Studio,
My
but not from Jamaica. My grandma from Manville, but not from Jamaica. You can't guess the island where I'm from. You say Barbados. It's not Barbados. And you name all the Caribbean countries
Bahamas.
except for this one.
I'm in
Who
the
said it?
Bahamas.
Who said it? Who said it?
Third.
Third child. Yes, I'm from the Bahamas.
the Bahamas.
So I'm
Save
from
the
Florida and the Bahamas, but I'm gonna claim the Bahamas,
Oh, you
okay?
from down here where I'm from? I'm from South Florida too, Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale.
I grew up in
Bra-
Florida and
yeah,
Broward. But
I
Broward
just want to
yeah.
County,
know why do
all that
y'all say
954.
Fort
We from the same
Lauderdale
page, you
together
heard
like
me?
it's one word? I need to
I
ask.
didn't grew Fort Lauderdale. I definitely said Broward. But I'm from Coconut Creek. But I claim the Bahamas heavily because it's just much better.
I'm
Okay,
originally
it's
from the
much
city, but
cooler.
I stay in Oakland now, Lauderdale Lakes.
So,
My boy said.
man, hey, studio, see why I shouldn't tell you where
My
I'm
boy
from because
said
now you
Fort Lauderdale.
insulting my
He
country.
made it one word.
So now you go
Fort
force
Lauderdale.
me to talk in my dialect to you. You go force me to bring my
Talk,
Bahamian accent out hard on this
fam.
live.
No, I'm saying like I was like, why did y'all make that one word? That's two words. He said Fort Lauderdale.
Drag that bit like a
Studio, you could
motherfucker.
cost me bring my accent out dead hard on this live, and nobody could be able to understand what I saying. Look at you insulting my country.
We understand you.
You understand me?
Yes, I do. You from where I'm from. We used to that.
Oh, oh yeah. Florida is just basically like a pot of cultures. That's all it is. I went to a McDonald's in Miami, right? And when I went there, first of all, nobody was speaking English. I was just like, what is going on right now? That's the first thing. The second thing is just like, why does it look like they just, and I'm not, I am, please, nobody think that I am racist to anyone because I'm not, I love every
To being a
culture.
high you live.
But, but I'm like, why does it look like you guys just went into somebody's family and like, hey, I want to hire everybody in the family, a Mexican family or a Cuban family, and just like work at this location? Everybody was in there speaking Spanish, no English, and the ice cream
But
machine was broken.
but it's the island
And
that
I'm just
everybody
like,
love coming to.
yeah. But I'm just like, bro, this is McDonald's in Florida. Can I just have somebody's baby?
You must have been how you live. They got a whole bunch of Hispanics that stay down there. So that if you was
Yeah.
there, yeah, it's no
I
surprise that's
was
what you got.
I was so like annoyed.
All right, you seem like an intelligent individual. I need to ask you a question, all right?
I would like to think so. I don't know, maybe, but
Now
I would like to
you
think
do know,
so.
because I just told you so. I'm just playing. But look. All right, you have a situation that you held somebody accountable?
Yes, I find myself being always trying to hold other people accountable.
You to hold them accountable? Y'all had a agreement to something, or you just
I've
random?
had situations where some people are like, "Hey, let me know if I'm going, south," and then after that, I've had people where they're like, they never told me at all, but it's just like it's getting overwhelming being around them, and it's just like it's either I cut you off because you are literally just not even holding yourself accountable for the things that you're doing, or it's just like you try to change. And that only happens is when they're like, oh, hey, I love being around you and I want to stay around you.
Right. So explain the time when you was being when you was being accountable, holding yourself accountable.
Okay, so for me, like early on, okay, so from very young, I had to work. So I just had to learn how to like get smart quick and get professional really quick. Because I had to make money and take care of myself at a young age. So with that, when I went onto the workforce, it was just like you blaming somebody else for something that you messed up on, or you blaming, yeah, basically somebody else for something that you messed up on is never gonna fly. Because at the end of the day, let's say you blame them, they get fired, and it happens again. I learned that from very young that it'll always come back and boil back to you, right?
Is that static from my end?
So, who said that?
Static from my end.
I don't know. I don't think so.
was
Hold on.
that?
That's me now, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go
So
ahead.
when you blame people like for everything that you do early on, let's say the boss deals with them, right? They get fired, and then boom, something happens again because you're habitual with the things that you're doing wrong, and then it's just like, okay, it wasn't the other guy, it was you. Fortunately, I've been blessed enough to talk or work with people and bosses who tell me like, hey, if you mess up, just tell me X, Y, Z. And so, because like I require so much honesty in my life, and I know I'm like, bro, what you give is what you get. So when I mess up, I immediately like, you're gonna get a text right away. You're gonna get a call right away, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I messed up. I effed up, bro. Just either let me know how I can compensate it, or just let me know what I have to do to fix it. Does it always like? Is it always comfortable? No, it's extremely uncomfortable when you mess up and have to say you mess up. But I know like the results are gonna be like way better than keeping quiet about it. Then eventually, like it always boils back down to you, and that's even worse when people look at you like you could have said something. Like I don't like that feeling. So yeah, I don't know if I made sense, but yeah. Thank you, Lena. It's not always easy though. It's very uncomfortable because you and then you get into the point where you just don't want to disappoint anybody, and then it produces overthinking. Like yeah,
Then
so
you
Well, you
start
can't.
becoming small hands.
No, I was just finna say you can't live a life trying
I
to
just cannot do it, Kev.
You can't.
I've tried to give guys with small hands a chance. I just cannot. When I look at you and your hands are like as big as mine, it's not gonna work. I have to go. Like I don't like small hands. Like
So is they hands small or is your hands big?
no, my hands are small. Yeah, my hands are
Put your
very
hands
small
up there. Let me
compared to
see.
you.
Let me
Hold
see.
on.
Your
Your
hands, my
hands.
hands.
I'm gonna turn on my camera right now. Your hands give me what you call it? I don't know if you can see it. See my hands? They're
Dog, that boy
small.
about the same size as mine. Say, not talking.
No,
Nah, you got
it's
little
not.
hands. You got little hand,
Put it
little
next to your
fingers.
head. Let's see.
My hands are small.
Just because you talk smarter don't mean your hands is
Hold
small.
on, let me
My
put
hands are
this down on
small.
the desk with you.
Say, nah.
See, I also have nails on. Some of them are broken on this one, so it's a bit better. You see how small my hands are? My hands are
Mm-hmm.
not that big. Not that big, Kev.
Do medium then. He cheating over there. I heard he's 6'3" over there. That's cheating. I'm only six
Yeah,
even.
that is shit. But no, don't be mistaken. I met a tall guy with some small hands before, and I'm like, yo, I'm like
Surprise!
T Rex. What is going on, T Rex, bro? Like,
Mm.
no, like get that out of
He
here.
just gave you some pinchers. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like when they place your hand on you, I'm like, what are you doing, young girl? Please get your hands off me.
Oh, did it all. You know, the movies that be touching it. I wonder how he would have played the ET port role then.
No,
ET
very
phone.
scary. Cam always makes me laugh. Somebody messaged me and they're like, "Oh, I saw you on Cam's live," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I had a good time on the side." I'm like, "Cam's live is always good, like always. I've never
Who
had
was
a
that?
bad time here." Some guy, I don't
Some people
know.
know me.
Like I don't.
They know
Yeah,
me.
yeah, they know you, Cam. They know you.
What? They know they got big
Yeah, there's
hands
always a
too.
vibe. Like when I clicked on, people were singing. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm about to sing too."
Oh yeah. They had me over there singing in that area. I wasn't even trying to show no vocals. I'm trying to show them what I got over there, but it's the energy they heard over the energy they got over there just brung it out of me. You know what I'm saying? I said I might as well just do it. It's like nah.
Okay, Cam. Okay, come through.
I'm
Come
about to make
through.
a. I'm trying to make a
You put me on blast. Talking about your turn. Your
Cat would
turn,
studio.
have
bro,
definitely
bro.
been in
Throw
a
his
boy
phone.
band back in the day.
You said
Bahamas
what?
is beautiful. It's just a beach corner. They don't have enough land. Yes. It is, but you have, hey, studio, calm down because we have 700 islands and keys. So don't get it twisted. We are very long. We are very
Let's go
wide.
to the
We are very
islands.
much.
I
We
need you
have
to stop
some
running back to your exes
islands
a
that are
waste
clean.
man.
Yeah, waste man. Plenty waste man
Yeah, I
here.
said.
When I
Nah,
I
say
blame
waste
for
man,
real.
waste
I
man.
want to say how I
you would put me
feel.
on blast talking about your turn, your turn. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
come on.
man,
Bro,
you had me taking. I
Yeah.
had to make sure you join. Hey, you with the crew now. You got to take
of
some of that
course I'm
fire.
not gonna be as big as Jamaica or as good as Jamaica. Okay, I'm yes, you guys have big, beautiful rivers, mountains, and land. Okay, but we're still
I
beautiful. We're just flat.
want to say how I feel. I blame for real. My boy Drake want to be
I'm playing
Jamaican
for
so
real.
bad.
Drake,
Right, that's my song.
exactly. Drake want to be
I
Jamaican
feel.
so bad.
You
No,
don't know
Drake
nothing
want
about that, my boy.
to
Ah,
be
that's my
Jamaican.
second
DJ
favorite
Khaled.
rapper.
Bro,
He
I
my
go
second
all
favorite
the way
rapper.
back,
Kendrick
You
Lamar
go
number
bro.
there,
one.
he's like,
I go
oh,
all the way
go.
back to when that boy was a TV show artist called Degrassi. I know you know about that.
Oh,
I know
Degrassi.
about
Yep. What?
I know
Oh,
about Drake.
hold up. Oh,
I knew
almost blocked
about
it. Ooh,
Drake
ooh,
before
shoot.
he
Whew.
started rapping.
Woo,
And
almost
when
blocked my own
shit,
mind. Oh my gosh,
shit.
I gotta chime down. I gotta calm down.
What
almost,
the what
almost
the
blocked my own mind. Lady played tripping down there. I'll
But it's
talk
so
about
funny
it.
when DJ Khaled come here, he's like, oh, Bomba Clot. And I'm like, bro, we're not Jamaican. Like, stop saying that.
Hmm. She don't like.
Every
Man, I'm
single
starting to not
time.
like. But I'm no wonder she not a mod. I forgot about that. It makes sense now. She getting on my bad side. What's the word? She don't like video games. Now she don't like Drake. It's all bad. How can you hate on that guy, man? I mean, I get it. I get it.
Drake is toxic, and that's my problem.
That's what it is. Yeah, I feel you.
Okay? Very toxic.
Don't switch on me. I
His
guess.
Is
Don't he
albums
people
got
are
this
really
new
toxic,
song
or you
out
just
now?
gotta be more
toxic.
aware, or you just gotta respect yourself? Is people really toxic?
Yeah, everybody got some toxic in them. Ain't
Drake is
future
toxic.
future
The
Obviously,
whole
type
the
42
toxic.
and keep it
obviously the
Ray
still
thing.
this.
He
I
makes, let me tell you what type of music Drake makes. Drake makes music for toxic narcissists who are manipulating
Hmm?
you to stay in a relationship and make it look good. Like when The Weeknd is singing some very good, horrible stuff, but it sounds so good that you're
Right.
like,
It
yeah,
do sound
give
all
me
good,
right,
right?
hold
more.
Yeah, I
on,
feel you. She
hold on,
came in
cause
here with Justin Bieber. She really
hold on,
just
we
trying
gotta
to
be
get blocked.
honest.
I'm not trying to block my
Kev,
supporter.
Hold on, man, hold on. We gotta be honest now. Now, as a person, you just said that's your second favorite rapper. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was
And I
personal.
was just saying, like I knew about Drake for a long time. So we actually, I would say, and I would like to believe, we actually listen to the lyrics.
Real light skin
We
always go
actually,
together.
we actually listen to the lyrics of what's being said in his songs. So
Hmm.
you agree to what she said? That's what kind of music he make?
And I do too.
No, I'm asking Kev.
That's what he does. He
He
makes.
said the type of
Look
music
at
he.
Kev. Kev is a light skin, so of course he's gonna do that.
Let him answer his own question. Let him get, yeah.
Um, maybe. I think she right. She right though. I mess with him heavy though, but I think she right though. Yeah,
Yes, he
cause
knows.
he do be saying some stuff and then contradict himself the next time. I still ain't get that one say, "Come and see me for once, come and see me." And then next minute he's talking about what was the opposite song? What was it? Come and see me. The other was the opposite. A freak. I always used to make a joke about that because one of them talking about come and see me, and the other one say, whatever.
I ain't hear that
I'll
song in a
remember
long
it
time.
later. Brain fart.
He be saying a lot of stuff, bro. But it just sound good.
Drake Fox gonna take up for Drake.
If you are a casual dater, Drake is the
I'm tired
music
of
you need
No
Busta
to
funny no
listen
Rhymes
to,
more.
down
okay?
there.
You need to get that sand out your sandals.
Say Rick Fox Jr.
He talking about me. With Busta Rhymes talking junk.
Is that Kev?
Oh,
Busted rhyme.
oh shit.
Busted rhymes. That's boy.
That's Booker T.
Y'all making me laugh. Not the busted rhymes.
He about to
Busted
slam somebody
rhyme.
ass. That's Booker T. He about to slam somebody ass in the comments.
Looking at his hand and stuff. Oh my. But yeah. I
My
don't
bad,
know,
man.
man. You might be on to something. I never really just put my brain on it though. I just like his music, but you might be right.
Think about it.
Drake be on some.
She wrong.
Man.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna be honest.
Then he made this one
Cut
album
the
that
camera
was
back on.
trash. I ain't gonna lie. I like all his stuff until he came out with that that Nevermind, and that should have been honestly Nevermind. That was the worst stuff I ever heard in my life. Yeah,
Who
I'm
that?
good on that one.
Who that you talking about?
Drake.
Hold on, I
Yeah,
think I'm
but
echoing. Maybe drop it back.
honestly, Nevermind. That was
Well,
trash.
I'm gonna be like, see, that's the same thing. Like, I'm gonna say Wayne. I'm gonna stand on that. That's one of the greatest artists of all time ever, and I say that. But you know how some people they listen to Wayne, they be like, man, I don't like that. I don't like the new Wayne. I want to listen. I'm like, bruh, you should listen. You should want people to elevate and grow. Like, you shouldn't want somebody to stay the same. And then he went to that rock. You know, he did the rock album, and that's when people were just like looking at that boy sideways. And I'm like, bro, I'm
Cam's
open
face
minded. You
when
know
you
what I'm saying?
said
So
Wayne was the greatest artist of all time, though.
I say was is past tense, is now, present, right now. Yeah,
Wayne nice. You can't argue that one. Shoot.
I mean,
Kev is Prince and Corella. That's cheating though. He get to have all the time to think of some stuff and put it in the chat. Wait till I think of something.
problem you thinking, just start finding that
My
up.
brain. I can't fire because I'm on the app.
Oh, you joke like I joke.
I
Man, you
can't
got
act
to be
like I'm in a game
versatile.
chat because that's all me and my friends do in the game chat. I'm not thinking about it. I'm driving. I don't care. Oh, like I can.
Don't drive and
I'm
joke.
slow today. We get it. I'm slow. He won today, man. Until I think of something, he won. Anyways,
My composure, and I'm trying to work on it.
because you go from medium hands to small hands real quick. You know what I'm saying? Gotta practice on that.
Hi, Outbreak. What you saying? Y'all, I'm really trying to work on my composure. I'm trying to.
What
Like
happened?
in life
What
in
happened?
general.
Right.
Like, what's wrong? Like,
No,
what you
I'm
mean
talking
by
about
that?
just in general. Like when you know like somebody is doing something to like tick you off and they know what they're doing, but it's just like, like I'm trying to work on not having them get a reaction out of me. Is what I'm trying to say. Like composure is powerful and that's something that I need to master.
Don't laugh at him, lady. Play.
Alright, Outbreak. What you
He
saying?
just taking off. But that's how it be. That's how life
Outbreak is
is.
a very cool person, guys.
I'm gonna think of something real good on somebody.
Yeah.
I'm
He's still
gonna
thinking.
have
Stop.
him trying to tap in through his Bluetooth on his phone. He gonna be in the box when I'm done with.
Man, boy, I'm about to. Hey, boy, your head like an elbow, thumb head ass.
Oh my god. What? Bro, he said that so aggressively and then he's like, I'm just playing. And then watch he say something else. Oh, just kidding.
But anyways, yeah, I got quiet.
Yeah, so third child, back to your question. Yes, I have held myself accountable. And I do find myself trying to hold people accountable. But it's
Got
not an
to,
easy
man.
task.
Got to do it to help people, man. That's the only way you can help people is holding them accountable.
Sometimes you have to take a break though, because some people are just committed to being
Oh yeah, you
a-holes.
got to. You
Yeah,
can't just
sometimes
spend
I'm
your
just
life
like,
holding
yo,
people accountable.
yeah.
You just
I'm like,
Yeah,
this
hold
week
that
some
I had to take
some
a
situation.
people
break.
be. Yeah, some people get draining. Like they. That's what I want to say earlier too. Now I remember that you said that. Like you know how we get in those situations where people be bringing their traumas and their worries to you, and you ain't even thinking about certain things, and they be like, hey, you need to worry about this. Hey, this is going over here, and it's like, bruh, I got a million
Oh,
damn
he
problems
just
going
got
on
on
over
you
here.
now.
I
Mhm.
The
got
first African
a.
American.
Rather than
Don't hit it again.
The freaking African American
Luigi,
Mario Brothers
Super
looking at.
Mario.
Damn. That boy just uppercutted our ass from the comments. Shit.
Ball.
You get. You get.
Kev, why'd you do it?
That's the noise, right?
Luigi.
Don't he? Hey, don't he look like Medusa's brother?
Outbreak. Uh, y'all just doing Kevin in.
I quit. I can't think of nothing. I got a not fresh brain. Give me one of them days. I give me some good sleep. Then I'm on his. I'm on him.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh.
Lady Play, I'm about to tear her up too, man. She laughing too hard. You know that one person that laughed too hard, you gotta get on that head.
No,
I'm
I'm
get
not
her. She already set enough old Justin Bieber listening. baby looking. Ain't no sorry, you laughing too hard down there, man. You gotta always tag that person that laugh too hard. God.
No, I
Now,
was
this what
thinking
you
about something else. Just
you
kidding.
got refugee background in the third box.
Definitely third child.
That's why you got extended slippers on, boy. you be skiing in the sand with a Moses stick. He be sliding glide.
Yes, it is, right? Oh, that's some Florida stuff. Talking about extended slippers. What?
What the frick is that extended slipper? That sounds crazy.
What's like,
This girl got a new picture every time. Well, I can't even keep up with this. Who attention you trying to get on here? Yeah, I put you on spot, didn't I? Next minute, she got a booty picture up here in a minute. Okay, what did I just walk into? Nothing, man.
Long ass slides. What you call it? Got since got on.
No, I just want to change it.
Bobsled ass slides.
Third child look like he want to wear flip flops while hugging trees.
That boy from the first century.
It's not you guys I'm laughing at. Trust me, I promise.
My boy look like he created the first high-low. What'd you say? Don't be mad.
Third child, you should have came back quicker. This boy is typing, and you were getting them for Kev. Get them for you.
He typing.
My finger sweating, huh? I'm just giving him a break.
All right, Outbreak. See you later.
Say your box is crazy. What you mean by your box is crazy? What do you mean by that?
You saying like how the guy was like, what I just walked into, like how we talking like crazy with each other, like getting off. Yeah.
Joking. We just having a little hee ha ha. It's a joke.
All right, somebody was in here steaming or something. Did it look like we were serious?
What happened? We were just joking. Why everybody so serious? Jeez.
All
right, I'm sorry, sis.
He like, dog, you see him yelling at the.
My bad, brother. That's not how we conduct ourselves.
Tree bark.
Stop. Let's stop doing that, cause hey.
Yeah, you really want to laugh. Kevin's like, I'm not gonna laugh too hard because that's not.
Stop doing that. Third child bench press tree bark. Like I can't read, man. I don't be like that, bro. It's like your ass go sneaky on your personal time to go eat tree moss.
What the heck is happening? She just dropped on me. You just did good job. Kev is an expensive cabbage patch baby. That was almost funny though. I had to give you a little bit though, man. Let me think of something. You ever seen them mops that you gotta squeeze the you gotta squeeze the juice out with it? Them personal mops, not the ones you gotta push in the thing.
The one you put in the yellow bucket and you got the
The
little
one that
handle
you
that just.
no, not that one. The other one you gotta use your hand and squeeze up on it. He like them new day and age mops.
Yeah, you messed it up when I was wrong with the mop. You should have just went with it. You should have just went with it,
I
bro.
need this. My junk dropping. He catching me on the tire there. This ain't fair. I can't think of nothing. And that old picture, I can't not find that many jokes in it.
Boy got a newer link. Yeah, he typing fast as hell.
Boy, I was the first typer to ever. That boy on. I've never seen him. Right, he is rapping with it. Say they think it's too hard. Right, right. You right about that. I told you, call me slipping today, man. I can't think of nothing. You on my head today. I'm gonna tear you up, man. I'm gonna tear you up.
Anything, just say anything.
Nah, I don't want to get through right. Then it sounds start silly. I mean, look at that. He got me. What the freak did I just say? Then I'm gonna start sounding silly. But anyways, back on accountability. I'm about to hold myself accountable. 6'7". So we got 6'6". Now we got 6. Somebody had the one up studio now. Hey, he must be a better joker than him. Let's see. It's like, nah. He said, let me show you something real quick. Unlike him, I got a new picture. He still looking like Moses over there.
You gotta follow my orders and I will lead the way.
The only reason why he mentioned you about bench pressing Barks, I mean, that's because he talking about that staff he got. But they ain't know about weights back at that time, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, right, I know. It's really dry. It's gonna be really dry because ain't no audience. I could say some golden stuff and just gonna be like, I gotta laugh at myself. The dude said he had a staff in his head. Yeah, you right, bro. He do got that staff, bro. I know. That was golden. You know.
What just happened? Like,
I had to make my own audience real quick. I had to make my own audience.
I didn't want to think that's what you were doing, man. My
You
bad.
had to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta at least pat your own self in the back, you know. Oh, wow.
Later play, thank you for them lights. Thank you for throwing them lights up there. I see you doing your thing.
Let's
I see you
see.
doing your thing. I know your thumb over there burning, but hey,
It need to
I
burn all that
appreciate
laughing
you.
she was doing in the thing. Y'all gonna be laughing over here. Laughing at me. Laughing at me. Don't like Drake. Don't like games. What's going on?
Screen and share that live. That's right. I know y'all got a long week ahead of y'all, but Friday almost here. Don't spaz out. Just hold it on. Just hold on though. You know what I'm saying? We almost to the weekend. You feel me?
Yeah. Almost. Okay. With you, not at you. Nope. I ain't taking that. Nope. You laughing at me. I'm in my feelings.
Gotta come up and explain yourself.
It's
Can
not
you
you,
go?
it's them.
How can you come in the live and don't come up on live? You know what I'm saying? And they say, "Hey, how you doing?" That's crazy.
Freaky Tile was almost funny. Who was that? You got me on that one. Hold
It was a little funny, but I don't know who freaking time.
up. Freaking a freaky tie. I'm horrible. It might be a movie. I don't know.
Nah, I think because how I was just talking, he must be. Sorry for what you. We just. What that mean? You farted?
She breathing hard. She smoking that loud. I smoke too after I done laughed my brain cells out. You know what I'm saying? Lost the boys. What the heck? Oh
We lost
my!
boys. Oh damn.
Boy.
Boy, I've been everywhere throughout the world. I bet you could lead the way, huh? We could top rap with the group Lost Boys. Oh shit, that wasn't even a joke. My bad.
Freaky try. Oh.
Our podcast queen, Bahama Mama. I don't know what happened to you over there, but your screen blacked out. You need to fix yourself.
No, she.
She
I think
just
she
dipped
left
out.
out. Yeah, she left out. She said something about her mic earlier. Let's go to the islands. Well, that end the talk about accountability. I'm about to make movement in about 9 minutes, anyways. About 9 minutes. What was I about to say? It was something I was about to say. Yeah, I gotta give me some rest. I can't even think straight. Right.
Just went all the way left. We went all around the world.
All the way left, man.
He said, I just gotta get some sleep. Let it play.
Really give you some
Oh, yeah, it's already
rest.
6:30. Girl, it's 9:22.
Yeah, 9:22.
9:22, little mama. What you mean?
She 3 hours behind us.
She on the whole time clock. A whole different time clock.
Miss Ness in the building. I see you. That's
For who? It's 9:22.
Call her Miss. Her name is Miss Lock and Loaded. I remember you. I remember the name Lock and Loaded.
Miss Lisa, baby, thank you for liking the live. Do your thing. We appreciate you. We really do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already know. Lock and Loaded is in the building, you know. Trying to think of a topic for tomorrow. I think I got something written down. That's when you know it done died down. You gotta think about the topic for tomorrow. I done ran out of jokes. I done ran out of talk. I'm just done. Podcast.
Oh, if you need me to go ham, I could go ham. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying. I don't get tired. I just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
You a
the
zombie.
accountability, huh? Nah, the accountability part, holding it accountable, holding somebody accountable of something. I feel like how we spoke about earlier. It's a personal thing. I feel like you got to when you come in contact with somebody, y'all in cahoots together about something, and it's like a contract y'all hold between each other. Like, hey, I'm finna do this. Hey, check me on it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when I'm going left. Don't let me do the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get right. I'm trying to live a righteous life. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other part of being accountable about something, I feel like the lady that came in here earlier, she had put it in the best terms, like how she said responsibility, then accountability, then she said the other things that's after that. She said it well. She put it well put, and that's how I feel about that. Like being accountable is like, you know, you doing something or having that responsibility in what you're doing, and being accountable. I feel like being accountable come in play if something was to taint that responsibility that you was holding, and being accountable is like, okay, all right, this went that way or this went left, or this went that way, but I learned from that shit. I learned from that, and okay, oh yeah, I learned from that. I'm not gonna blame nobody else. That's something that I gotta work on. But it's like how you pull yourself from out that hole. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when you're going through something, man. You just want to, oh man, this is going on. You blaming everybody else and just instead of pulling yourself from the hole. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My boy DeAndre the Giant is in the box now. Yeah, I just thought about something as soon as he came up here.
Oh my God, y'all got to do better than that. But Kev, how old are you?
I'm 32, man.
Oh, you might not remember the Lost Boys. You might remember their song though.
Well, ain't you like a couple years older than me, I think?
I'm 39.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember To the Hood, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. And ain't nothing wrong with your brother, don't lie. You don't remember that?
Nah, you said that's
Black to
a
black,
group, right? Or song? Nah,
yeah.
I guess I
Lex
don't.
Troop to the hummers and the band. To all of my people in the pen, keep your head up. You don't remember that?
That sounds sweet though, but I ain't remember it though. It
Nah,
sounds sweet.
I don't remember that
I
song.
gotta remember you was raised by B2K. But
Right, I forgot. Right,
yeah, you
y'all
came
had
up with
music radio back then in your time. What the heck?
Lady Play said she remember that song.
yeah, it came out in the early 2000s.
He is playing the album player. I forgot.
No. Anyway.
No.
Right. You was raised with CD. I understand.
Was
You
it?
don't know what
Dang,
a
I'm trying to
cassette
think.
tape is.
Nah. I ain't that. No, I ain't know how to see. CD. You should. Right. Oh, I could say it could have been worse. You could have said the MP3 player. That'd have been bad.
Yeah, you had an iPad Nano, whatever.
That mean I'm a freaking.
We
I'm
had line
Google
wire.
goggling over here. Then dang, that's a super baby. Anything with I in it.
Sir.
Had that line wire. We was getting all the music.
Right now, that's the days right there. LimeWire. Oh
That's
my.
sad. Y'all MP3 baby?
Nope.
Yeah,
I had
y'all
an MP3 into them iPods.
I'm a
Started talking about
VHS. A
both of
VHS
y'all was
baby.
born. Both of y'all was born when 360 came out.
The freak out.
Y'all get sit on here. God
Wasn't you
damn.
born when the Atari was out though?
Yeah, I was born after the Atari, in the middle when the Atari came out.
Freak.
That's
You lucky. It was
that
too.
shit.
When did the
That
Atari
shit
come out?
came out before I was born.
Oh, it was. Okay. Cool. How old is the Atari? I know it wasn't there in my time, but it. Pong. I was about to say, oh, that's the part I didn't answer. You're right. I didn't answer how do it look. That's what it is. So, all right, knock. I guess I can say something on that. Give me a little energy. So, how do
I just
accountable?
got one question to grow. I, I got one question. If I push that gray patch, do you grow further or what? Never mind.
No, I just turned into a bunch of I turned into. There ain't no way he gonna sit there and drop at the dog. Get out of that bull. He only want to say something and drop. I was gonna say I was gonna turn
Hey,
into that.
I just googled it, bro. We older than PlayStation, bro. Damn, that's crazy. That bit came out
Yeah, we is older than
1994.
PlayStation. I remember when we hit back when the first
That bit came
Nintendo
out
was out.
1994. I was born in '93. That's crazy. That's probably why I'm. That's crazy.
Oh, you was 93. Oh,
Yeah.
I was 90. So you had a birthday this year then? Yeah, because I'm about to be 33.
I got a birthday every year.
I mean, I said that too fast. I meant to say,
It was March
your
25th.
birthday already came already. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, my birthday is September. I'm about to be 33. But yeah, how do accountability look? So to me, is when a person is not sitting here blaming stuff, their situations on, oh, it was that person why this, and I only did this because of that, and you know what I'm saying, when they don't talk like that no more, like, yeah, I made this decision, and the way they express themselves, that's how that look. And when a person is, how else do it look? It looked like it looked like It looked like I need to go to sleep. I think I'm done. I got out here and I'm drained. I ain't even
What
sleepy
happened, bro?
like that.
You were just talking and you just went left. What happened?
Yeah, I
You
went
just dozed
left.
off a little bit.
I just read.
Huh?
I ran out of what I wanted to say.
Oh, you having a brain blockage.
But how do accountability look for you, man?
I feel like accountability look to me when somebody just been
Looks like your
responsible.
friends start dropping and
With,
life get better
look like
because
your
you
friends
move
start
better.
dropping.
Oh, that's a good one. You right. You right about that.
That's what's up. That's fine. That's fine. But now I'm saying like accountability looks like when you're just responsible for everything that you do, you know what I'm saying? You ain't looking to, blame others for what your life experience happiness is, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you just taking, you just dealing with life for what it is. And yeah, it go ups and downs, but you're not looking at the negatives, you're looking at the positives, you know, I'm like, hey, this gonna be that way, but I'm gonna face this head on, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna deal with it. But you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a better day. And the next day, you know what I'm saying? Probably not right now, but the next day or the next minute, next hour might be a better time. So I feel like when you
Right.
take responsibility of
Exactly.
everything and you just when it comes your way, you just be accountable for the outcome.
Right. Exactly. Y'all look at crying about stuff and all that for real. And accountability is when people stop talking about Drake and people stop having stuff against people that play video games.
What the hell just happened?
And people to stop laughing at people. That's when you talking third person. And people don't have names in their name like lady or play. Oh, what you got against Drake, man? What did he do? He done sung a song too sad for you. Don't about the times we had. I done sung it all wrong. Hey, I gotta go to bed. I don't even know what I just sang. I know you still think about it. Oh, Marvin's room. Yeah, Marvin's room. I'm just saying you can do better. Was that hard for me? Thank you for that heart. But you can't buy that what you call it back. Don't look at me as a forget it. None of my stuff coming out smooth. I wanted to say something. Yeah. I need a little Thank you, Lady Play. Thank you for the heart. Don't break my heart. Say love me again. The Did I say the What is the Go to bed, Kev. Yeah, I'm about to do that. I'm about to actually creep in somebody live and then go to bed about.
Yeah,
And
studio need to get on. Sis need to get on. Clap back. No, I'm gonna say that. Clap back.
then we could tear him up for real. I
Yeah,
know he
yeah.
with that.
Filters over there.
He already know. He over there. Actually, he in our group. Then I get to be how it is
You
on
say
the.
he what? He in one of the groups.
Yeah, he in my group. Yeah, he in the
Bro, I'm
group
about
with
to
us.
fire you out. Why would I see you, boy?
And we get to talk like we in a Xbox party.
she laughing because I said, because of what I said.
Right, call it clap black. Nobody
Yeah,
want
I
to
was
call
told
it
that was the
black.
nickname for it, so hey.
Hey, we gonna rock with it. True, clap back.
She clap. Now you clapping at me. Come on.
That's what she said. Whatever. I don't know. I'm messing up. But all right, y'all, man. I'm about to head out. I'm about to see if I'm sneaking alive. If I don't, I'm going to sleep. And I'll be on tomorrow for sure. I'll be on the rest of
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna
week.
watch this rest of this from.
Think of a good topic. All right, y'all, man. All right. Later, everyone. That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said.